Mic good? Alright, cool. Let me kill the desktop audio. Oh, it's not gonna work. That is not gonna work. Hold up. I just want to be free. I don't want to be nobody chattel. Maybe a gold chain. Hey. Woo! That's that strong stuff. That's that strong stuff. Oh man. What's crazy is, hold up, no one was in the chat before I went live, so I was thinking no one was gonna show up. I thought I have a minute or two to listen to a song or two before people show up to the stream. I was thinking, okay, maybe the channel died. Maybe I have a minute or two. I listened to a song or two. I talked to the 6 of y'all who show up. But y'all here already. Y'all are here in force. Quickly. The stream went live and y'all showed up. Expeditiously. What up, Jake? That's a day one. What up, CMC? Mike Jones? What's good with you? What up, Ryan? Snipes? Boy, Steve, Connor. I see a lot of day ones in here. What up, Cameron? What up, Stompin'? I see some new names in here, too. What up, Baltimore? Wes? My guy, Kalil, Jack? Douglas? Emma, what's up? Appreciate that. That's big love. That's big love. You know what's crazy is? What up, you can't handle the truth? Give Amy Lynn a shout out. Hey, what's good, Amy Lynn? How you doing out there? What's up? What's up with my lighting, actually? Oh, I think it's my window from the side. It's like to the side / kind of behind me. So it's throwing stupid shadows. Look, I shot 3 videos today. But I realized that by the time I edited them and got them all online, the last video will be up at like, what is going to be up at like 4 o'clock. And they were all about today's draft. So you'd only have like 3 hours to watch the video. And they were all like players. I did a video talking about whether you'd rather pick Xavier Kinney or Winfield or Antoine Winfield. I did one choosing between Christian Fulton. It was Christian Fulton. I think I talked about Duggar in that first video too. But it was Christian Fulton, Trevon Diggs, and Jalen Johnson. We'll talk about all those guys. We'll talk about like all really 4. I want to focus really on Jalen Johnson and Trevon Diggs and more of Antoine Winfield and not Duggar. The thing about Duggar, not Duggar. I was thinking about Grant Delpit. The thing about Grant Delpit is that he's a free safety, and I don't really know if the team actually needs a free safety right now. You feel me? Like, it'd be cool to have a free safety, someone like him, but I don't really think that free safety is the move right now. I think it's between McKinney and Antoine Winfield Jr. Oh, yeah. Y'all might have been, honestly. You see, the thing with me, with the new YouTube studio, I never know, bro. I'm still not used to how the new YouTube runs. Thoughts on James Lynch? I want to make a move for him. The thing about a lot of these guys talking about Xavier McKinney, Antoine Winfield, basically all these guys, really, to a certain degree, they can play in multiple positions. These guys are all. This is a very, very versatile draft, deep and versatile draft. And we have the pick of the litter, honestly. With the 6th pick in the 2nd round, we can pick up just about anyone. Jalen Johnson and Trevon Diggs. I think it's a little bit safer. It's a little bit safer going for the strong safety picks. And like I said with Grant Delpit, I would love him if we didn't already have. Trey Boston, and Trey's on a semi long term deal that's really formulated and front loaded to be a 1-year deal that can be cut off at any point after that. You feel me? Like his deal is worked out so that if he doesn't perform this first year, you can really come up off him with no dead money in the back years. What up, Tree Fitty? Hey, you said you working? I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. 100%. 100%. That's love right there. But yeah, I think the obvious choice. Hey, thank you, Emma. But I think the obvious choice is to go in the secondary. And I think what you have to do is decide, one, what your need is most. Do you need a strong safety or do you need a corner more? And then you have to think about which position is deeper. So if you need a strong safety, then you might be willing to pick up a corner if you think that if you think the safety position is deep enough so you can go and get that in the third round. But if you need a corner and you think to yourself, okay, we can get a corner, but it's deep enough that we can probably pick a safety here and still be safe enough and pick up a quality player in the third, we can go there. I think that the need for a corner is way too big because we don't have a number one corner, and I'm still not sold on Dante. That's the big thing for me. I'm still not sold on Dante. Someone just texted me. Wait, word? There is no way. Hold up, Russ. That is crazy. Wait. My Brody just said his girlfriend's husband just signed is Seth DeValve. That's wild. Should I have said that? He probably would have said it in the chat if I should say it out loud. I don't know. That is crazy though. We gotta talk about that. Let me go to the browser. All right, we're here. Wait, let me do this one. I hate having the support stuff at the top with this screen. This is my mock draft screen, but whatever. I'm going to talk about cornerbacks first because I think corner is a position that we need more of. But I think that the strong safety guys are a little bit stronger because I think the two guys we can really get at corner are good or actually great, honestly. We have great picks here, but both these guys have one huge issue that you have to decide if you're Eric Snow or if you're Matt Rule, which of these guys' problems do you think you're better at coaching out of them? Because between Trevon Diggs and Jalen Johnson, there is one big problem that one of these guys has each. So Trevon Diggs is an easy one. Look, the man is a monster. He's 6'2". He can play in the press. He's pretty fast, right? Trevon Diggs is pretty fast. He has hands. We know he's Stephon Diggs' brother, right? So he obviously got hands. He makes plays with the ball. And if you've been watching the channel for a while now, you know how I feel about having bigger defensive backs. I like guys who are lanky, who can reach across people's body on the slant and can contest those high point passes because we're going to be going up against Julio, Mike Evans, Michael Thomas. We have, everyone in this, Gronk now. You have to be able to go against Gronk, which is more like a strong safety thing, which we'll get into a little bit later. But you have to be able to contest inside and over the top. And when you're a bigger guy, a lot of these receivers, these number one receivers, are 6'4", 6'5" now. And when you're a 5'11" dude, you can make plays, but it's a little bit easier if you're 6'2". You feel me? Dante is good. He's just very inconsistent. I agree. Dante has great plays, and then he has garbage plays. But that's not the biggest problem for me. An inconsistent player is not great, but an inconsistent player can be coached, right? Like, it's his first 2 years in the league. I have never had a problem with Dante being inconsistent. He was a rookie, and then he was a second-year player. You can expect those kind of things sometimes. You have great games, you have ups and you have downs. My biggest problem with Dante Jackson was that he seems uncoachable. He seems uncoachable. We saw it in the All for Nothing or the All or Nothing on Amazon Prime, where he looked like he was talked to by his coach, by his peers. And they're like, look, bro, you're making these plays, but it's like covering up what you're making mistakes in here and here and here. And he's like, okay, that's Captain Munderland talking to me. Eric Reed, it's your first year on the team. He ain't really talking to me. Like, am I really listening to Mike Adams, who's 47 and a half years old, playing free safety still? Like, I ain't really want to listen to this man. And he was brushed everyone off, right? Then this past season happened. And then he got caught. What was it? Who was it? It was like the 5th or 6th receiver for the Falcons burnt him. He burnt him. And he went into the press conference after the game, or I think it was in the locker room actually, and he straight up lied about what the route was, lied about him getting burnt. And when you watch the film, it wasn't like it was like a hard, like a really a weird concept where the defense looked weird, the offense looked weird, and they took advantage of it. He just got burnt. And his biggest skill set is his speed. And he lied about it and made it seem like it was something different, and he threw the coach under the bus. And when you watch the film, you could just tell off rip that it was all him looking in the backfield and getting tricked. It's different if your only problem is like execution, but when you show that you can't own up to your problems and you don't want to be coached, that's a whole different thing. I would take 2 corners in the draft if we don't sign Logan Ryan. I don't really like Logan Ryan. Logan Ryan didn't have a great season last year, and I'd rather pick up 2 guys who are, 1, cheaper, and 2, you can build up and bring up in this system. They can grow up in this system, which is going to have Matt Rule for at least 5 of the 7 years of his contract, and then you have Eric Snow and that kind of stuff. Dante is fast for no reason. Something like that. Oh, hold up. I didn't see this. What up, Stomp and Thomp? What do you think of Duggar, though? Shout out to Hickory. I like him. But he's not in my top 2 at these positions. You feel me? But I'll get Duggar, though. I will get a Duggar. But for Trevon Diggs, the biggest thing for him is that he does not want to tackle. Oh, yeah, hold up. Before I talk about that, Dante is he is a GOAT in Madden. That's because in Madden, when you're building a MUT team, you have to have, the biggest thing is speed. No matter where you are, no matter what position you're trying to build on your team, speed will always be the biggest thing in Madden. I think it was Madden 18 where they had thresholds and it was 91 zone. That was the only Madden where speed wasn't as important, but speed is the biggest thing for just about any player on Madden. If you're building a MUT team, I stopped playing Madden. Look, I only play MUT. I don't want to get into it, but Madden, I get too mad, and it's a bad situation. You feel me? It's a real bad situation. What's wrong with dogs? Dogs? What you mean? Oh, Diggs? Diggs will not tackle. It's not like he can't tackle. It's not that his form is bad, which his form is kind of bad, and he just try to drag down and hand fight over the top of the play before he maybe we'll get this tackle. If I stay right here, maybe I can do something here. 1, he will not set the edge consistently, and 2, he does not look like he wants to tackle. That is a big problem for a defense that's been very, very bad against the run. Horrible against the run last year. Very bad against the run 2 years ago. 3 years ago, our stats looked good against the run, but watching the games, you could tell that the team just was not built to stop the run. Cameron Dantzler, he wouldn't be a guy I would pick up very early with our second round pick at 38 overall. I wouldn't pick up Cameron Dantzler. McKinney, I'm getting him in a second. But yeah, that's Trevon Diggs' biggest problem. And Jalen Johnson, what did he run here? I don't think he ran in the combine. No, he didn't run in the combine. But Jalen Johnson ran a 4.45, I think. 4.45? Oh, 4.5. It was a 4.5. All right, cool. He ran a 4.5. Oh yeah, but Trevon Diggs, he does have speed though. He's 6'2", and he has speed and he has range. The thing about Jalen Johnson is I'm pretty sure he ran at 4.5, but his range isn't all the way up there. He's fast and he is willing to tackle. I think these two are very similar actually. I think Trevon Diggs and Jalen Johnson are both very similar. One played at Bama, other played at Utah, and you know the whole thing about you play at Bama, you're probably a better player, but then you have to think about the numbers. It's like, okay, did you get those numbers 100% because of your talents, or was it somewhat because you play around so many other good players that you're just bound to get your numbers as well? Because look, you can only attack one spot at a time, and you're not going to be, put into a bad situation if you play for an Alabama defense. I'm not saying he didn't earn his numbers or he's not good enough, because he definitely is. Look, he definitely is. But you do benefit. As a defensive player at Bama, you definitely do benefit from playing around so many other good players. But Jalen Johnson, he's a little bit shorter, but these are both guys who can play in the with the press. I think Derek McKinney or Trevon Diggs actually is a little bit better at playing in the press. He's a little bit stronger, obviously a little bit taller, and he can disengage easier. Jalen Johnson can play in the press, but the biggest thing for me about Jalen Johnson is that if he does get beat, he has a tendency to start getting a little pulley, a little grabby on those receivers on the back end. And in the NFL, the refs are way more observant, and the better receivers will know you have that kind of tendency, and they will bait that out of you. If they get a step on you, they may slow down a little bit and then speed up again and give you enough chance to grab their jersey, and then they'll sell the call. These dudes will sell calls. It ain't on the NBA level where you look at a guy with a stink eye one time, you give someone a stink eye and they fall out. It ain't like soccer where you breathe in a 45-meter radius around them and they just do a backflip and start falling on the ground and whatnot. But receivers in the NFL will sell that call and will start crying. So, like I said about Jalen Johnson and Trevon Diggs, these two are both really good, and they can both play in the slot. You can move them around a little bit. They can both play in the slot or on the boundary. But Jalen Johnson, first of all, would be a little bit better playing a little more off-man, playing in a cover 3. But they both have one big flaw in their game. Jalen's being a little bit grabby, and I wish Trevon Diggs was in the combine, but Trevon Diggs being his inability and unwillingness to tackle. You feel me? Tackling is a big one for me. So I would probably go Jalen. But if it depends on what Eric Snow and what Matt Rule believe is easier, or what they think they can coach out more from a guy. If they think they can make Jalen Johnson be a little bit more steady in his catch up, if he gets beat, can he run a guy down without getting too handy, without getting pass interferences or illegal contact? Then they'll probably pick him up. If they believe they can turn Trevon Diggs into a more willing tackler, or at least give him a position to set up contains and set up an edge. So if the running back does bounce the ball outside, if you can at least set the edge and funnel the running back to the inside, that would be a huge plus to his game. Just be there and at least show that you're willing to make a tackle there to make the running back cut back inside. That can change him from being a maybe for me, like a toss-up, it definitely being Trevon Diggs, because I do like the bigger corners, and I do like Trevon Diggs a lot, but it's a huge red flag to me when I see a guy who is unwilling to tackle. Now, Christian Fulton is a guy who really fell down a lot of draft boards, kind of like Derek Brown a little bit. But we also pick up Derek Brown about where he was supposed to go. But Christian Fulton, I think, was the number one corner coming in, and very early, Christian Fulton was the guy. And I think it was literally the national championship game where he got exposed, and he got exposed. Christian Fulton did not have a good national championship game, and hey, look, that boy do it to you. He do it to anyone. And it really wasn't his fault. You're gonna get exposed. You're gonna get exposed. It's one of those things. I wouldn't be mad about picking up Christian Fulton, but I'm not gonna lie. That game really did shift my opinion of him a little bit. And it seems like, actually, you know what? I feel like everyone, or for the most part, most guys' write-ups, their evaluations, what these scouts are saying about them, seems pretty objective. But it feels like Christian Fulton, every time you read about him, every time you hear about him, it's like, yeah, he looked good to start off, but man, he looks kind of bad in that last game. it was kind of tough. It was real tough. So so it looked bad for him. I wouldn't be upset if we picked him up. I wouldn't be too upset if we were to pick up Christian Fulton. But I'd still say that that Trevon Diggs, if you can get Trevon Diggs to become a willing tackler, he's my choice. What time does it start? In about an hour at 7 o'clock. You can teach the tackle? Yeah, you can definitely teach the tackle. It's just about whether or not this guy wants to tackle. You feel me? And if teaching someone to tackle is that easier than teaching a guy to be a little bit less grabby, catching up, playing from behind, and trailing players in deep routes and whatnot. But the big thing about Trevon is he also let me pull up the page. He also returned kicks and punts in school. When he was a receiver, he returned punts. And in his last year, he returned kicks more often. So that's another thing right there. I mean, that just brings more value. I think with him being a potential weapon in the kick return game or just fielding kicks and punts, it really does push him to a little bit closer to the top of the list there, because you can maybe scheme around him not being the best tackler, but damn, bro, you if you know he's good in the press, you can put him in the slot. He's fast, and he's a ball hawk, and you can put him out there to field punts and kicks on special teams. It's really hard. That's really hard. F.A. Abada about to go off this year? I hope so. I hope so. Oh yeah, I really did say 7 o'clock, but I didn't say the time zone. Is there an edge guy we're taking with the 38th? No. Nah. I think our needs, like sometimes you would say that best player available is even better than needs at this for some teams, but I think our needs in the secondary are way too big. Way too big. I think second and third round. No. Second round for sure. You pick up either a corner or a safety. And I'll get to the safeties right now, actually. Hold up. Can I show my other screen? We need other DT, DE, corner, and safety. We need another linebacker, too. I don't know if we need a DT, though. Or if we need a DT, we can get one way, way, way later in the draft. Way I see it. I think we're straight on a DT until much later in the draft. But getting to these safeties, though. Right? Getting to these safeties, my two big names are Xavier McKinney and Antoine Winfield. Hold up. No. Yeah. But there was these two, and then obviously Delpit. I like Delpit, like I said before, but he's a free safety, and picking him up now would it'd be good for the future, but we don't know what's happening with Trey Boston. He does have a contract, and I think we have bigger needs in other places. I'd rather pick up a linebacker than pick up another free safety, but obviously we need a corner and a strong safety. But if we're going for a free safety, I'd rather just get a linebacker if we're just going to ignore strong and in the corner position, because I think we're wide open. I think the corner position, the X corner, the Z corner, and the slot playing in the Y, I think they're wide open. I think they're all wide open. Linebacker in the third, it would depend on who it is. It would depend on who's available. I would probably wait till the fourth to pick up Stranad. He might fall to the fifth, but I would go for Stranad in the fourth, because you never know what's going to happen in these drafts. But yeah, I want a coverage linebacker, someone who can cover. But the thing is about that, and I do have a problem with teams doing this, which is one of my problems about picking up guys, not Isaiah Simmons specifically, but there's some dudes who can play linebacker, strong safety, slot, guys who can play in different spots on the defense. But when you have a guy who played primarily in one spot, like a strong safety, and you draft him and you move him to linebacker, I feel a little bit weird about it. Even if it can work, even if it on paper seems like it should work, I'll be having a problem with that sometimes. You feel me? Stream during the draft? Am I allowed to stream the draft? Can I stream the draft? I don't know if I can. Maybe I will. I've always not done that, at least the last 2 years, because I usually start recording the video right after our pick goes through. Can I wait? I can record and stream at the same time. Maybe I can record my actual video during the stream. We'll see about that. We'll see. Maybe I will, and then we can get to the third round. But I won't be able to actually give my reaction to like the picks right after us, like from 39 to maybe like 45ish. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. You take another DT in the second or third to rotate. Yeah, I wouldn't pick a rotational piece there because we already have two potential. Well, we have one star, a potential star. We would really just need to have another guy. I would pick up a guy to rotate later on. I mean, if you pick up a DT in the second, that pushes you back for guys in the secondary to the third round. You need at least two players in the secondary. You need at least a strong safety and at least one corner. So you're pushing yourself back to the third round for one of those, and then the fourth round for another one of those. So it kind of pushes your schedule and the predicted value of a player back one round. If you go for things like a rotational player at one position, your needs start getting pushed back a little bit more, and I think that hurts the team a little bit. Hold up, low key, I want to speak on this before we talk about strong safety because I think it's kind of important. Where are we at? Am I logged in? I am not. Did I even favorite those? If y'all haven't already, follow me on Twitter. Headass. I do not have it. Zoop, zoop, zoop. It was like, what, 5 hours ago? No, it's right here then. 5. 5 hours. Okay. So, it was rap. It was rap. Never mind. It was rap. But I know someone sent me the. Wait, is this one? This is the follow up though. Hey yo, y'all see? Hold up. Well, I'll get that in a second. Hold up. There's a lot to talk about actually. Low key, I should have started with this news. I'm gonna get to this in a second. I kind of teased this, but did y'all see? Hold up, bro. I know for a Fendi fact. Am I on the right screen? Let me kill this stuff. I'm not even trying to do all this shit right now. I know y'all saw who the who the Cowboys drafted, right? Probably liked one of these tweets. I didn't. What the fuck? I'm on some dumb shit. Hold up. Where's the tweet? Bro, it should not take me scrolling this far down to find the GIF. Hold up, bro. Here it is. Bro. Yo! Yo! Wait, should we have signed Eli Apple? Never type that name in my chat ever again. Ever again, sir. Ever again. For some reason, this is frozen on my screen. That is strange. Hold up. That just froze on my screen for some reason. Weird. Real weird. Hold up. I think I went to full screen, and I'm not sure what happened, but it froze my screen. Bro, I swear, and this joke's been made a billion times, I swear, if we had anyone on our team with hands like this, bro, I've never seen anyone. Yo, Prime Time has never intercepted a pass like this man CeeDee Lamb. Oh my goodness. Oh my goobly. This man CeeDee Lamb shook his head, didn't even look at her, and then looks at her half a second later like, oh, what the, oh, you ain't never, ever gonna do that again. I wish I had the version where his mom side eyes him, or she sees it, she's like, yep, she done for. But yeah, someone posted her IG. Look, I already scrolled through the IG. You feel me? I've been scrolling through the IG. You know I had to peep. But honey, delete this already. He ain't taking you with him to Texas. Everyone was saying she ain't making it to training camp. That was bro. It was bad, bro. It was bad. I have never in my life seen an interception. This man got hands. I ain't gonna lie to you. Maybe we should trade Curtis and DJ for CeeDee Lamb. I ain't never seen DJ snatch something out of the air like that. Boy, that boy CeeDee Lamb really snatched that shit, bro. He really snatched it. Legitimately snatched it. And she had a grip, too. She had a grip. Trade for O.J. Howard? Why don't we trade for a tight end? Why don't we give up draft capital for a tight end? Y'all must really hate Ian Thomas. That's wild to me. I'd rather just draft a tight end than trade away valuable picks for someone else's tight end who's going to have to get paid soon. Those are bad ideas. Bad ideas. Horrible ideas. Can we get a second for Curtis? Maybe. It's more likely we get a second and a third and fourth for Curtis, which I actually, let's go and talk about this right now. So Ian Rapp and Jesus. Reopen close tab. Here it is. So Ian Rapp and Jordan Rodriguez, they tweeted two different things about the same topic. Ian said the Panthers have been open to deals this offseason. Here's his name to watch, Curtis Samuel. Teams have been consistently calling about the former second-round pick, and we'll see if they get an offer they can't refuse over the next 2 days. Then Jordan says the Panthers are not shopping Curtis Samuel. They are, however, getting calls on him, basically saying that if the offer was really good, they would consider, but it'd have to be a really good offer. They're saying the same exact thing in two different tones. One person is saying it as an objective, it's like a person who's from the outside looking in saying, look, they're getting calls and you might see something happen. And Jordan's like, no, this is not going to happen. But if it did happen, just know they're getting really good value in exchange for him. But I'll get to Higgins in a second. But they're saying the same thing here. I think the peak of what a pick would be a second round pick for Curtis Samuel, but I think a more realistic thing would be Curtis for a third and a fourth. Curtis for a third and a fourth, or Curtis for a third and a fifth, and if we can swap fourths. Wait, what was it? What was it? A third and a fifth, and we swap fourths with someone who's ahead of us in the fourth round. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, if it's not a third or a fourth at minimum, then I don't make that pick. If it's not a and if it's only one pick, if it's not a second round pick, for just a single pick, I don't make that move either. Even just for like an actual third, I'm not sure if I do it. But the question isn't about Curtis Samuel, or it's not only about Curtis Samuel, you feel me? It's not just about Curtis Samuel being a good player, being a consistent, productive member of the Panthers. It's also about the cap space. You feel me? We just put money into C-Mac's pockets, right? DJ's coming up kind of soon. He will have a 5th-year option because he was a first-round pick, so, that's going to be delayed by a year. But how's the team going to pay C-Mac, Curtis, DJ, and Taylor Moton? There are a couple of players who are going to be up, a couple of impactful players who are going to be up for a new contract coming up very soon, and you might be able to pay them all under the cap. But will you be able to pay for them all under the cap and still have money to bring in other guys as well to make the team good, make the team a winning team in the next 2 to 3 years? Not this upcoming season, but the next 2, maybe even 3 years. This season, not next year, but the year after that. This could be a winning team. But if you have like 11 million, 12 million locked up in Curtis Samuel, who might just be our 3rd leading receiver behind DJ and C-Mac, you have to weigh that against picking up a rookie in a very, very deep wide receiver class where you can really, if you can get a 2nd-round pick for Curtis, that's great. If you can get a 3rd and a 4th, you can use a 4th-round pick on a receiver. This is a really deep draft where you can probably find really good value in the 4th round. You don't have to use a 3rd-round pick to replace Curtis Samuel. Honestly, this receiver class goes 5 rounds deep. The receiver class goes 5 rounds deep. But I don't think we get a 2nd for him. I think we could get a 3rd, but it would need to be a 3rd and a 4th if we were to trade Curtis Samuel. I just don't believe the team would let him go for like just a 3rd or just a 4th or a 4th and a 5th. Or even like a 4th in a future 2nd, I'm not sure if you do that. Oh yeah, we're gonna have money next year, but if you're locking up someone like him and Taylor Moton and DJ very soon, it's not just about the money we have next year. It's about we're still gonna be picking up players. We're still gonna be paying other guys as well. So when you sign a guy to a $15 million, this is an example. If you sign a guy to a $15 million a year contract in 2021, and it's a 5-year, and it's a 4-year deal, that's still $15 million that's going to be coming off in 2023 when you sign someone else. So the money's going to still be coming off, and for the most part, the players you're going to be leaving, who are going to be coming off in your books, are going to be lesser paid players, rookies, or guys you just rented or something for kind of a medium to low value. So you may be able to fit them under the cap, but at the same time, can you fit them under the cap while still bringing in players who can help you win? That's the big question. If we trade Curtis, draft Pittman or Van Jefferson, we have a ton of options. We don't need receivers. Depends on the situation. I'll get to that in a second. Hold on. Let me answer this text real quick. But while I do that, let's look at this notification. Hey, Captain or Cap, what's good with you? The DM. Panthers culture. Our current starting strong safety, you might want to know him. He fits Matt Rule physical profile. Hold up. Wait, can y'all hear this? Y'all cannot.
Pick of the 2016 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select T.J. Green, defensive back, Clemson.
So you want to talk about a guy that's had a meteoric rise since the combine. He's 6'2", 210. He's only played defense for 2 years. He's a converted wide receiver. In 2013, he ran a 4.34 at 210 pounds. I had him as a fourth round safety, but when he ran that number, everybody started converting. Indianapolis Colts selection. Indianapolis Colts selection.
What should I speak on? I mean, look, I don't dislike him. I don't dislike TJ Green, but I just don't think, I think we're still going to draft a strong safety. He right now is the current starting strong safety for the team, but I don't think his presence on the team is going to preclude Hurney and David Tepper and Eric Snow and everyone else coming through and maybe looking at these strong safeties, because there's a lot of strong safeties. This is actually a pretty deep draft for strong safeties. Obviously, he's fast, but I don't know if it actually means that his starting role right now is 100% safe. How many players, if any, get traded today? From the Panthers or overall? McKinney, please, anyone? What do you mean? Oh, like McKinney? Yeah, for safeties, I actually like McKinney a lot as well. He doesn't actually have the kind of rangy speed. He ran a 4.6, but that's not really a big deal. Honestly, the 40 for safeties, it's important. It's a good number, but I mean, you're never gonna really see a safety running straight ahead, like a straight line 40. So I'm not really, I really don't take that into account as much. Obviously, corners run backwards for the most part, and they turn their hips and they trail sometimes. So that 40 time can translate for them a little bit better. But unless you're a single high safety who runs sideline to sideline, your 40 time, I feel like, doesn't matter all that much. It shows you can be an athlete, but it doesn't really translate to the field all that often or all that well. Kind of like how the bench press doesn't really translate for anyone but linemen, and I guess tight ends as well. Because how often do you see guys using this motion in a game? I mean, if you have this motion down and you're I guess a linebacker, or I guess even like a safety, you're not going to be using that very often in the game. But if you're a lineman, if you're an O lineman, D lineman, even a tight end, they're using that motion a lot, and that can tell you a little bit about that strength, that functional, actual football movement that's going to be used. That can tell you something. But the 40 time for Xavier McKinney is not a big deal to me. I'm cool with that 100%. I forgot what it was though. There was something I want to talk about with him, where he can play a lot of different areas. He's good in in man and in zone. He's really good with tracking the ball in the air. But I'm not seeing what I was going to talk about here. I don't think it was even on this site either. There was something about Xavier McKinney that I really wanted to talk about. I really wanted to get onto. But I can't remember what it was. Or Delpit. I don't know. I like Delpit. I like Grant, but like the thing is, he's a free safety, and we don't really need a free safety right now. You feel me? We don't really need a free safety. The thing about Antoine Winfield, though, Antoine Winfield is a guy who I actually really do like, and I actually would pick up Antoine Winfield over Xavier McKinney if Antoine Winfield did not have a crazy, I don't want to say crazy, but have back-to-back years of injuries. 2017 and 2018, he had injuries. I think 2018 was a foot injury. We have 100. That's big love, Melly. Charge your phone and then wash your hands. But we have 100 in here? That's crazy. Shout out to y'all for being here, man. Hit the like on the stream. Honestly, I don't even know what likes do for streams because, I mean, I know what likes do for videos, but I don't really stream enough to even know the functionality of what a like does. Does people liking the stream put it up in like suggestions and whatnot? I have no clue, bro. I just be hopping on this. You know, I scheduled this stream like 10 minutes before I got on. I really just come on. It's a fun thing for me. Like the stream if you want to. Share it if you want to. But if you're just here chatting, you know, talking about who you want to look at, who you want to talk about, that's cool with me. But Antoine Winfield, he would be a great pickup. He has hands. He has speed. And he has a pedigree. His dad, Antoine Winfield Sr., was in the league for 14 years. In the league for 14 years. Played, I think, most of his... No, was it most of his career with the Vikings? Or did he retire the Vikings? I don't know. But he retired in 2012. He played 14 years. I mean, look, the dude was nice, too. He had, I think, 3 years in the Pro Bowl. And he had, I think it was 27 interceptions and like 110 passes defended in his career. He was obviously a good player. So Antoine Winfield knows how to play the game. He's versatile. But if you're telling me I have to choose between one guy who may be a little bit nicer. Also, he's 5'10". Also, he's a strong safety who's 5'10". And maybe it's just me being sizist, my brother. Maybe it's just me being sizist. Yeah, man, we bored since the quarantine started. Bro, if y'all knew what was going on with me since the quarantine, I've been meaning to put way more content out, but the quarantine just got me, like, on a different planet. I don't even know what it is, bro. I don't even know what it is. But, thing is, he's 5'10", and he has an injury history. Now, if you tell me that he won't get hurt later on in his career, which you really can't, like, I would pick up Antoine Winfield in a second. But there's guys who get hurt in college and never get hurt in the NFL, and there's guys who had perfect health all through college and then get hurt real quick in the NFL. So it's kind of hard to predict these kind of things. But if you run the numbers, you say, look, this guy had back-to-back years of injuries in college. Do you want to pick him with the number 38 pick overall, even though you know he's good and he is pretty versatile, versus Xavier McKinney, who I actually do like. There was one thing I want to talk about with him, though. I wanted to talk about, there was a problem I thought I had with Xavier McKinney that I can't find. I don't remember what it was. There was something about him that I didn't like. Was it his tackling? It says worst trait tackling. I don't think that was it, though. I don't think that was it. But it wasn't that I don't like Xavier McKinney, because I actually do. I'm talking about him. He's in my top 2 picks for number 38. So I like him a lot. McKinney and Antoine Winfield. Kyle Duggar, I like him too. But at number 38, you're allowed to kind of, I think, constrict or restrict what you're looking at a little bit, because you have to pick the litter. Look, you have the 6th pick in the 2nd round. So you don't have to really go too deep and think about, okay, what about this guy or this guy or this guy? I think the top 2 dudes really are Xavier McKinney and Antoine Winfield. I keep going back to it, but Grant Delpit would be up there if we needed a free safety. I've been live for 48 minutes. I have no clue, brother. Yeah. 49 now. But yeah, we already have Trey Boston on an extremely team-friendly deal, so I'm not really sure, I just want to get Grant Delpit. It'd be more of a luxury when we have a lot of needs here. And I'm not really even sure. You probably do want to go strong safety here, though. Because there's a lot of corners who can play boundary and they can play in the slot, but there's also a lot of safeties here who can defend against, who can play safety, who can come down in the box, who you might be able to have. If Trey can play single high, you can maybe bring McKinney in a big nickel. No, he's not the big nickel. Who's the big nickel guy? Was it Winfield? No. The big nickel guy is Trevon Diggs. Trevon Diggs is someone you can really bring in, but his tackling is so hit and miss though. My second round pick would be Trevon Diggs if you tell me you can coach him to be a better tackler. If you can coach Trevon Diggs into being a willing tackler, a willing and able tackler, then it's a no-brainer for me. I like Xavier McKinney. I like Antoine Winfield minus the injury history. I like everyone here actually. Not everyone, but the guys I've talked about. Maybe not so much Christian Fulton, but to a certain degree. But yeah, it would definitely be Trevon Diggs if you told me Rev Rule could turn him into a willing tackler or at least a presence on the edge where he can set a contain and funnel the run game back to the interior of the defense. If you tell me that, then I mean, cool. I'm all in on Trevon Diggs, like McKinney, like Winfield to a certain degree. Jalen Johnson, yeah, I like him too. Do you think James Lynch will be on the board for our third pick? I do not even know where his what is that Family Guy thing? What his, I guess, rank is in the draft? You know, like the BPA rankings. I don't even know. I have the page up. It's somewhere over here. I have like 45 and a half pages pulled up here. There's just no way I closed out of the one page I needed the most. Because I did want to talk about who's going to be available. But I don't have it. Could Delpit play corner? I don't know how much I like drafting a free safety to play corner. I'd rather draft a corner to play free safety. He maybe would, but why not just pick up a corner? There's really good corners available. Why would I draft Grant Delpit to play corner when there is really good corners on the board? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even consider it unless everyone was gone. You feel me? I wouldn't even consider it unless Jalen was gone, unless Trevon was gone, and even Christian Fulton. To a certain degree, I guess you can have him there as if he can play corner, you can put him at corner, and if Trey Boston gets hurt or if we move on from him after this year, then you have some insurance, like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. But I wouldn't draft a free safety to come down and play corner. But double down at DT, I would never do that. Not this early. I mean, I wouldn't even pick another DT until day 3, maybe even round 5 or 6. O-line, I wouldn't get an O-lineman until round 3 at the earliest, but honestly, probably round 4. I wouldn't get an O-lineman until a little bit later. I think we try to fix our defense first. Nah, I wouldn't do it. I mean, why do we need three defensive tackles? Why would we need K'Wan Short, right? Derek Brown, and then another DT, another starter level DT, when we could get a starter level anybody in the secondary. I mean, it's pretty wide open. We have a lot of needs in the secondary, corner, strong safety, slot. I mean, you could even make an argument for free safety if you really want to. I mean, linebacker. I would go linebacker before I go for another defensive tackle. I would go O-line before I draft a DT in the second round. I wouldn't mind doubling down on DT later on, but there's just no way I use my second round pick on a defensive tackle. You're in the UK, the draft starts in 30 minutes. Depth? Yeah, I know depth, but why would you use a second round pick for depth? You need starters. Right? You still need starters in a lot of other places. So why would you go for depth in the second round? The second round? And then what you're doing is you're drafting a starter level player just to not play him? Like you have K'Wan Short, Derek Brown, and then I guess a Blacklock or whatever, and you have him there and he's not starting. So at some point, one of these high impact guys is going to barely touch the field. Are you going to split their reps 50-50? That's not a really good way to use a second round pick. That's kind of that's bad. That's bad economy. That's bad draft pick efficiency if you're going to use a second round pick for a substitute player. Yeah, we have a lot more. Like, it'll be cool. Like, look, it'll be cool. It's a cool idea, but I would rather pick up literally any other position than another DT. That's the one spot on the whole team that's the one spot other than wide receiver where we're good front to back right now. Literally anywhere else, I have a question mark about either the number one guy or the number two guy. So, yeah. And honestly, I have no problem. That's almost as bad as the guy saying we need to draft a running back. Like, drafting a running back in this draft would be top tier clown behavior. That is, it is top tier clown behavior. You do not want to draft a running back in this draft. Hold up. I want to find what screen I'm on. Alright, cool. I might want to kill those lights just because it's getting even darker. Like, the shade of my face is getting even darker. It's kind of crazy. Oh, here it is. Alright, cool. Hold up. Yeah. This front light ain't working. I have so much light behind me. Alright. So we got this. What about running back backup? Yeah, I just said that. That's top tier clown behavior. I mean, just huge top tier clown behavior right there. Bad. It's a horrible proposition to even consider with our team. Like, how high do you rank the need for a backup running back on this team? Do you rank it above one corner, two corners, a strong safety, a linebacker, someone on the edge, an O lineman? What do you rank? Would you rank a backup running back above any of those things? One or two corners, linebacker, strong safety, O lineman. I would want a tight end before I pick up someone to play third fiddle to Reggie Bonifant. I need to see Joe Brady actually use our backups first. I spent the last 2-3 years watching us not use our backups. Can we please see if we use backups in this next year? Unless you think Reggie Bonifant and Jordan Scarlett are both trash, then maybe we can talk about that. But I would not use a draft pick on a running back. 7th round pick? I mean, maybe. At that point, you just, yeah, sure. What's the point of getting DBs if our boys up front can't get to the X? Because it's not just about this year. If you get good DBs now, then you can fix your D-line a little bit now. You fix your D-line a little bit next year, but you already have really good corners, and they have experience, against the best receivers in the game. Because we play against the best receivers in our division, right? You don't just say, well, we can't, these guys are bad, so let's just not get anyone. I mean, and if the question is, why would you get DBs if you don't have DBs? I mean, why do anything? If you have a bad team, why pick up anyone at that point? That's just not how you build a team. At some point, you have to draft someone. If you don't have any corners, you gotta draft a corner at some point. You gotta draft a corner at some point. Someone's gotta play. Someone's gotta touch the field. Someone's gotta touch the field. So if Winfield Jr., Xavier, Diggs are available in second, you say Winfield. I say Trevon Diggs. Antoine Winfield's injury history scares me. And I'd rather get a corner. Yeah, rather get a corner. Although Winfield Jr. can play linebacker and he can play in the slot, I think. And he can cover tight ends. A big thing is covering tight ends. I'm glad that Austin Hooper's gone. But this would have been a hard division for tight ends and receivers. If Austin Hooper would have stayed, this would have been the hardest division for receiver, for quarterback, receiver, tight end trios. We've been drafting corners. What does that mean? We just lost our number one corner. That was like someone in one of my comments said, someone said, we shouldn't have drafted Derrick Brown because this is the third defensive tackle in the last 3 years. When is enough going to be enough? It's like, maybe that makes sense if you never want to pick up good talent there ever. I mean, 3 in 2 years, one was a bust, and Starla Tutele was actually really good. I mean, I'm not sure that was just a bad comparison, or I guess a bad, I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. I mean, yeah, you want to draft the positions you need. We needed someone on the interior of the D-line, so we drafted them. I mean, saying we've been drafting corners, yeah, Dante's not a good corner. It doesn't mean you don't draft corners. Missing on Dante does not mean, or potentially missing on Dante does not mean you just stop drafting corners altogether. As in we had bad luck drafting corners. So what you're saying is we should not draft corners. We made Josh Norman relevant because of our line facts. I don't know if that's the case. Because Josh Norman looked good his first year with the Redskins as well. And then once you start playing for the Redskins, you're playing on a garbage team with a bad environment, bad coach, bad owner, bad front office. That can affect your play on the field. I think people forget that Josh Norman played better, maybe, in 2016. He looked really good on the Redskins in his first year. That's just a really toxic team, toxic environment, toxic front office from the top down. So it's kind of hard to determine whether or not Josh Norman was actually bad or if he was on a bad team with bad literally everything all around him. I don't know. And if you're saying that the front office and coaching staff means nothing for a guy's play on the field, then I don't know what to tell you. But I think that really can affect how guys play. And Josh Norman, we're making it sound like we didn't want Josh Norman though. Like, I feel like a lot of fans are like, yeah, Josh Norman didn't play good after 3 years of being away from the team. Like, they didn't want him to play on the franchise tag? Like, he wasn't worth the money. It's like, yeah, but we weren't offering him the money that the Redskins were offering him. We were offering him a franchise tag, which was way less than what the Redskins were offering. They're not even, you really can't compare that situation to what we were doing in our situation because they literally we weren't shopping him for, or we weren't trying to offer him a long-term deal. And he would have accepted the franchise tag. So it's not even close to being even a comparable situation. You feel me? Worley was a miss? Yeah. Dante's good? Do you know what to name about that one? You know what? I was supposed to answer this text an hour ago and then answer that IG DM also. Hold up. No one's saying he didn't have 3 picks. He's just uncoachable. And getting picks doesn't erase that he got beat in coverage consistently. If you're just looking at stats, then yeah, Dante looks really good. But if you're actually watching the games and you watch how he gets beat and how he has his eyes in the backfield for too long and he lets receivers get past him consistently, that's a problem. Him going to the media talking about how it was the coach's fault he got beat and he got burnt by a 5th string receiver, and he said it was a post when it was really a streak, and your biggest strength is your speed, that's a problem. Him not listening to those coaches, his teammates, and getting talked to one-on-one by everyone on the team, having interventions about getting better and being more functionally sound and having better technique, and him ignoring it is a problem. Him going on Twitter and saying he liked the way he was I guess represented on the show, and then deflecting blame to everyone else is a problem. So yes, he got picks, but there's a lot more to Dante's game than just him getting those picks. You feel me? Curtis unfollowed the Panthers. First off, you must be lying. You want some? That's big cap. Hold up, that's big cap. On what? Was it Instagram or Twitter? And I don't know who he'd get. Like, people keep saying Logan Ryan. Logan Ryan did not have the greatest year. Logan Ryan did not look good, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. On IG, I don't follow anybody on Instagram. Hold up. Or at least not my main Instagram. Like my personal Instagram. Hold up. How do you know? Wait. How would I even know who followed the Panthers? Or who unfollowed? How do you even check that? Bro, I have literally no clue how you would check that. Following. I'm not gonna... Can I search this? He follows T-Pain. He follows... Robbie Anderson, Tory Lanez. Who is Jack Arnold? Follows the Lakers. Follows the Jabberwockies. DeAndre White, Alex Arma. Checking his following. I'm not about to scroll through his whole following, bro. He has 958. Bro, hold up. He has 958. I can search. Wait. I'm on the desktop. Hold up. I think you're right. I think you can search on mobile. I don't really be on IG like that. Curtis is a bum anyways? Oh, hell nah. Oh, heck nah. You on something else. Yeah, you off the pack for that one. You off the pack for that one. Curtis Samuel. My cat is real sad outside the door. Alright, following. I can search. Cool. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let me check the my DMs now. Tweaking? I was on the desktop. I was on the desktop site. Look. Hold up. Can I show you my screen? Yeah, on desktop you can't do it. I was trying to do it here. When I went to my phone, I did. I was trying to, so I was already on my computer, so I was like, oh, I may as well do it here. But yeah, he doesn't. He does not follow the Panthers anymore. That's wild. Hold up. Oh, you sent me a DM a minute ago. Kinlaw, Delpit, Terrell, Marlon Davidson, Lucas Niang, Jordan Elliott, Bryce Hall, Willie Gay. Wait, Willie Gay went that low? Wait, what was his? Wait, huh? What you traded? How did you trade everything? Oh, you traded down. Oh, I see. Oh, I couldn't even make a decision on that. Oh, getting overthrown? I mean, yeah, I knew about that. Yeah. I'm not gonna fault Curtis Samuel for Kyle Allen. I'm not gonna fault Kyle Allen for being a backup quarterback who doesn't hit all the throws. It sucks for Curtis because I mean he could have probably cracked 850, maybe even 900 yards last year. But I mean, being the third option and getting 600 touchdowns, 600 yards, 6 touchdowns with a backup quarterback, that's not terrible. And I think other teams know he's a good player. Yeah, I saw it. Heard that if you just wonder if you trust those guys on the outside, hold up. Oh, there's someone else. That was from a minute ago. Meant to respond to that, actually. That was at like 2 a.m., though, when I was still putting up that video. What y'all might notice about me, sometimes I'd be a little bit bad at responding. I used to be way more active. On IG and whatnot. Who we getting? I think we'd be good picking up just about literally, hold up. Literally, almost any of these top tier corners or safeties. I'd probably go with Trevon Diggs. Wouldn't be mad at getting Xavier McKinney. Antoine Winfield is good, but I would hope he could stay healthy. The only thing that has me looking more toward Trevon Diggs is that he also returned punts and kicks. And that's a big one for me. He doesn't really have the kind of killer mentality tackling wise, but he is fast. He is big at 6'2", and I think it's like 200, 210. You can play him in the press. You can play him off. You can play him in the slot sometimes. So I like him a lot, but not being for his size, not being a willing tackler sometimes is an issue for me. What is it about Panthers fans and getting mad about trades? People get traded all the time. Like someone said, I hope Cam. I hope not someone. A lot of people said I hope Cam beats the Panthers now. Like that one makes more sense because we just cut him and that was a bad situation. But hoping Curtis Samuel waxes us because we traded him. I mean, first of all, it's a business. Second of all, I mean, if you can get a second round pick for Curtis Samuel, it's kind of stupid not to make that move. If you can get a second round pick for Curtis with this draft and with our needs everywhere, it's actually a bad move not to do that, especially if you're not going to guarantee that you extend him after this season. And if Curtis Samuel has the kind of year that we all want him to have, say Curtis Samuel gets 900 yards and has like 8 to 10 or 11 touchdowns this year, his number jumps, right? He'll be making something a lot. He can probably ask for like 11 to 13 million a year, maybe around 12ish million a year. You probably, if you're going to extend him, that's some pretty high-ish, decentish money for a number 3 receiver on your team. Then you consider DJ. Then you consider Taylor Moton. Like, it's not just about, I like this player, keep him on the team forever. It's about, This is the player good? Can you afford him? Can you afford him while keeping other pieces? And even if you can afford him, if he were to be traded, could you get back equitable value for that player? If you can answer all those questions and give reasons for it, then I'll listen. But if it's just, I like this player, never trade him, don't get rid of him, then that's not really much of a reason at all to have an opinion like that. You feel me? Someone said he's a 5th round? Huh. Thoughts on the Brown pick? Oh, you don't have to apologize for not watching the video. It's all good. I thought it was the best choice. I thought the team was going to pick Isaiah Simmons, but I think addressing the interior of the D-line and bringing in a player who can also help out K'Wan Short, because I think what happens is we know that K'Wan's good, but he hasn't really been himself since losing Star Lotulelei, and having two guys on the inside who are legitimate threats, not just one legitimate threat and then a throw-in guy who may or may not, get pressure from time to time. Having two guys who the offensive line have to look at every single play, both or either one of them is a double-team threat or a double-team necessity every single play. It helps them out individually, and it also helps out our outside linebackers and our DEs. There should be lots of one-on-ones on the outside, which should open up things. Interior blitzes should be really good. Kind of more exotic things like stunts and whatnot. Delayed blitzes could be something for us there. So it is what it is. Gerald Johnson, remember me? What's that? What did Thanos say to that red laser girl in Infinity War? Check his last IG post. Boy, if you capping. Let's see. Oh. You want to be a Charger so bad, huh? Jesus. Oh, block button, locks. Am I talking about? I'm not even sure what. I'm not even sure what's happening. Oh, North and South Carolina are literally the dumpster of the USA. Okay. Charlotte is the worst city in America. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't even respond to him. Real shit. Like, what? That's not even funny. Like, if you're gonna come in and troll or, like, flame or whatever, I mean, at least be funny. You feel me? Like, oh no, you don't like 2 out of the 50 states. You think that Charlotte, North Carolina is the worst city in America? You have not traveled, my brother. You have not traveled. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I wish that was funnier. I don't even mind trolls that much. As long as you don't get ignorant, like stupid. If you're just joking and whatnot, it's whatever. Like, I don't even mind fans of other teams coming through. But someone tells me that Charlotte's the worst city in America. Come on now, bruh. Only the reaction like McAfee streams. Oh yeah. So the draft is coming up in like 10 minutes. I might just have a reaction. I'm not sure if I can even play the audio. Can I play the? Can I like watch this? Can I watch the draft and have the audio playing in the background? I'm not sure. Detroit holds that title. I don't know. I've been to Detroit. Detroit's not. Look. There's certain parts of Detroit that's real nice. There's certain parts of Detroit that are real nice. The Riverwalk in Detroit is real nice. The area around Wayne State is kind of nice. That's like the downtown area. No, it's not downtown. It's like kind of close to downtown though. They got a cool people mover in Detroit. But I did get lost walking around Detroit one time in the rain. It was in the rain, kind of like the morning time. I didn't know where I was, bro. And my phone, I had to pull out the Google Maps walking around. My phone was dying. I'm in the rain, bro. I even looked lost. It was bad. I looked lost. Now, you don't want to look lost in the rain in a bad part of Detroit. But there's some good parts of Detroit. There's some good parts. Haven't been to CLT since my birthday. When was that? I love the Utah corner. Who, Jalen? Oh, wait, no. Antoine. No, I was right, Jalen. It was Jalen. Oh, yeah, hold up. We still have the best available. Looking at linebackers, hold up. Am I on the right screen? Why is this black? Wait, my whole screen just went black. Alright, cool. That was weird. But, Christian Fulton, I like him, but I've been kind of corrupted by the media. After seeing him struggle late last year or this past season, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Chicago, that's not down south. Area's not bad. Who is this guy? I don't know. Why is Panthers pick 6 in the second round for my friends? Good question. Actually, I'm not sure how that works out. I know there's a good reason why, and it happens every year, where it happens to teams every year, but actually I don't know what it is. If I look at the, hold up. What is it? I think I did know at some point, but I don't know. Oh, word? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like Charlotte too. Uptown's cool. University's really cool. Noda is dope. Noda is crazy, actually. I like Noda a lot. Walking in the Rain? Jesus. Which one is the real DJ Moore? They're both real. Oh, big facts, big facts. Talk about it then. Real shit. We should have gotten. Yeah, I'm cool with what we got. But no one I really won at linebacker. Second round, corner. Bryce Hall. I actually wouldn't be mad about Bryce Hall. I actually would not be mad about Bryce Hall, but I think Trevon Diggs is the guy I want. But I think my top two would be Trevon Diggs and Jalen Johnson. I wouldn't be too upset with either one of these two. If you were to tell me that if we pick up Trevon Diggs, he is definitely going to be the one fielding punts and kicks, then I'd pick him up. But if we have someone else, then I'd rather have Jalen Johnson. I'd rather have someone who's a more willing tackler, yeah, on the edge. But Trevon is big. Trevon's huge, actually. Of the ones here, yeah. The ones I mentioned, actually, yeah. Xavier McKinney. No. It's Xavier McKinney and Antoine Winfield. I only don't pick up Grant Delpit because he is a free safety. But I would pick up my top two here would be Antoine Winfield and Xavier McKinney. And my pickup here, like I've been mentioning a while, it would be Antoine Winfield if I had more confidence in him to stay healthy long term. But we have the 38th pick, so that's pick number 6 in this round. Let me do something for y'all real quick. Hold up. Did y'all see this one? Yeah, cool. How should I work this? No, I'll do. Hold up. Cool. Alright. So the draft's going to start here in a second. I'm going to leave y'all with this real quick. And I'm going to come back on and we can get started with the draft. I'm going to hit the bathroom real quick and see y'all in a second.
Be tough to you, snack cake to me, yeah, more hostess. This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feather, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
Hey, Marty walks, God show me the way. And that Kalil trying to break me down. Marty walk with me. I said, Marty walks, God show me the way. Matt Kalil trying to break me down. Marty walk. Boy, gon' hit the bricks. Hope your feet don't fail you now. Oh my God, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. Oh, this is not how we start all the videos here. We don't start every single video like this, but today is a very special day. Today is a very special day. I just got done recording my 2019 mock draft, all 7 rounds, and then I see this news. Throw up the tweet. I am not prepared for this video. Throw up that tweet. It says something. Can you read that tweet to me? I want every single person in watching this video right now. I don't care how early you are to this video. I don't care how late you are to this video. I don't care if you have to post 2 different comments because you have something else to say. I want you to type out the words of the tweet that is on your screen right now. Type it out verbatim. I need you to type it all out. My cat is going crazy. She does not want me talking this loud. She doesn't get a say about this. This is a momentous day. This is, I don't know what. This is the 4th of July. This is Independence Day. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Mission accomplished. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, I will never, ever in my life, if you say a single slanderous word against Marty Herney, I will ban you from commenting on this channel ever again. I think I can do that, right? I'm pretty sure I have that power. I'll have to look it up. But I don't want to see a single word. I don't want to see a single the bravery. Oh, Captain Mike, Captain. We got rid of Captain. Marty Herney's the captain now. I guess my cat left. She figured out how to open the door. I'm going to close that real quick. Bro, this is a momentous day. What do I say? I can spend the next 30 minutes giving you every single reason. I can count to, 55 million? There's 55 million reasons. 35, right? 35 guaranteed reasons. Was it 25.5? Does it really matter at this point? I don't care, man. I need you. Hey, no, I know you're watching this video. Did you type that comment out of what that tweet said? I need you to type that comment out. Put it in the comment section. I want this to be the first thing anyone ever sees when they type in those words. They're like, wait, what just happened? Did this really happen? Let me Google it real quick. I want this to be the first thing anyone sees. We are usually kind of composed in this channel. I try to keep it down, like, let me try to stay analytical, try to stay cool with it. I don't want to, get too crazy, but this is the day. This is my day. And this is kind of cool because this actually is the 1-year anniversary of when I started doing Panthers videos on this channel. March 14th, 2018 was the very first video I did about the Panthers. I think it was about Tyrann Mathieu. I don't know what it was, man. Does it really matter? That doesn't really matter, man. Happy birthday to this Panthers content, bro. We've had a lot of growth here, but even more than that, the growth of the Panthers front office, the organization as a whole, just dwarves what I've done on this channel, this one move right here, picking up Eric Reid was cool. You know, being really splashy in the free agency market this year, you know, going after Matt Paradis, you know, getting Darrell Williams on a 1-year deal. He was asking for Matt Kalil money. Now I said, look, we're going to go ahead and we're going to sign Darrell Williams. And maybe the thought process was, you prove it from 1 year, you'll get your money next year. Once we have Matt Kalil's money off the books, they got the money off the books. Now, look, we got to understand how this money actually works here. So, what the situation is, I think Matt Kalil had a cap hit of $12 million this year, and his dead cap was $14 million. So, I think cutting him before June 1st, this is a post-June 1st cut for the team. Cutting him before June 1st would have only saved us $2.5 million on the cap this year. So that wasn't really an option, especially since we're going to probably have to use him as a backup, maybe, or see what we have in him. But using him as a post-June 1st cut means that we do save, I think, $7 million on the cap this year. I think he had a $2.5 million signing bonus, and then there was $5 million somewhere else. I think it's about $7 million that we get to save this year. 7.25 if I don't remember correctly. Usually I have all the information on my screen over here. I can read all of it. But I saw this news and I hit record. There was no, I don't have time to react. I don't have time to, get my facts, get all the things up here. But I was looking up all this information before because someone asked me this in the comments earlier on in the day. I think around like 7 or 8 in the morning. But the thing about post-June 1st cuts is that money doesn't disappear. That $7 million that we save for this offseason, for this cap year, doesn't just magically disappear into the ether. Like, it's like the money is just gone now. That money, if I'm correctly interpreting the rules of how the cap works and how post-June 1st cuts work, that money comes off this year's cap, but does go over to 2020's cap. So that means that in 2020, we will be spending $7.25 million paying Matt Kalil to not be on the roster. And he was going to be gone either way since the last year of his contract, but there will be a $7.25 million cap hit coming to the team next year. So it's not like the money just left. It's not like the money just like disapparated or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's if I'm correct about how the June. Oh. Yo. What's crazy is I was like right about to get back on because I saw Austin. He said that we got that Curtis got traded. Real shit. I was really looking it up. I was dead looking it up at that very moment. Like, hold up, we about to be on some real crazy. We about to. I don't even know. We all need some laughs right now. I'm not sure if that's the way to get laughs right now. I mean, I might be all right with it depending on what we get for them, but I feel like most people would perhaps not be all right with it. You feel me? How do I want to do this? I'll do it like this, actually. Let me check and see if the draft has already started. It definitely has. I wish I knew. I'm on a commercial right now, but I wish I knew if I'm allowed to play the audio of the draft. Because I think on Twitch it's a little bit different. But on YouTube, I'm pretty sure literally anything and everything can be copyright claimed. Yeah, I'm watching right now. I'm watching this Chris Paul commercial. But I'm trying to figure out whether or not I can even, I know I can't show the actual video. But I'm like 40% sure. I'm like 60% sure YouTube is just weird enough to copyright claim this whole stream if I even play the audio of what's going on during the stream. So what I'll probably do is this. Hold up. What I'll probably do is this. Hold up. ESPN 5. Alright, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to drop the chat. Yeah, and I'm going to have this live draft tracker on the screen. And I'm going to watch the draft. And y'all will have it. Y'all be able to watch the draft tracker. You'll probably watch the draft as well. But I'll be able to react to the draft and be here and be here and see what's going on at the same time. A stream yesterday, was it on YouTube or Twitch? It was on YouTube. I'm going to keep it muted for right now because I don't want to hear what Tom Brady talking about. But yeah, right now I'm watching it. Yeah, I saw that too. Tom Brady is a thug and a criminal and needs to be arrested as such. Do you feel me? It's the only thing I can think of to stop the kind of disruptive and honestly miscreant behavior from one 48-year-old man. Alright, so you can probably hear it through my mic. I'm not going to set a noise gate or whatever. I'm not going to be that weird. So if y'all can hear, y'all can hear it. Y'all can just, probably can't mute it. I might be a little bit behind. I can? Alright, well, let me just go ahead and do that then.
Good evening, and welcome to the second night of the 2020 NFL Draft. Last night, we welcomed 32 men to the NFL
Properties.
family. Thank you for making it the most watched night in NFL Draft history. That's a tribute to all of you
How's
and
the
your
audio?
passion for football. Tonight, we're continuing
How's my
our important work with
audio
the Draft-a-thon.
in relation to
NFL families
the
contributed
stream
more than $85
or to
million
the draft?
so far for COVID-19 relief, including $4 million last night through the Draft-a-thon.
A little ahead, yeah.
Tonight, the NFL will match every dollar contributed by fans. So let's keep it coming.
I'm
because
watching
we're
on
gonna
the
double your
on the
money.
stream.
On your screen are the two ways you can donate, and you'll see that.
I'm not
throughout
watching
the
on
night.
TV. I'm watching on the stream that they
So
have
now
up.
it's officially time
The,
to open round two of the
the
2020
ESPN
NFL
stream.
Draft. The Cincinnati Bengals.
I think their actual.
are
I
on
think
the
the
clock.
stream online is behind the actual telecast.
Commissioner, thank you. Zach Taylor looks like he's got an entire coaching staff around him there just to make sure everything
All right, cool.
goes according to plan. He's making sure everybody's on the same page before they turn in that pick for pick number 33.
I mean, I ain't gonna
Here
lie
was,
to
of
you. I
course, the
feel
story
I'm
last
kind of
night. Joe
in a certain
Burrow,
way.
the number
I'm
one
kind of in
overall
a certain way,
selection,
kind of
just
feeling a
the author of
little,
the
you know,
greatest
I'm
season we've ever
feeling a
seen
little
for a college
motivated. You
quarterback
feel
in
me?
terms of his
Seeing these
production
dudes
as
get
well as
drafted, I feel like maybe I could
15
probably, you
in
know,
the national
I couldn't be a linebacker.
the Heisman
I really
Trophy
couldn't be a
winner, and of
linebacker,
course,
but you know, I could
there's
probably
Zach's
be,
reaction.
I could probably
Not
play
to the great
safety.
things that Booker
I could
McFarland
maybe
was
play a
saying
little,
yesterday
play a little
on
corner.
television, but
You know,
probably
punt
more
return,
about
kick
the
return a
reaction
little bit. And
of getting Joe
I ain't gonna
Burrow.
pretend
And
I
of
was the
course,
most
look what they've
athletic. I
already
was
done in
athletic.
Cincinnati,
You know,
Ohio.
I still am a little
Burrow,
athletic, but you know,
Burrow, the
I could probably,
Tiger
I
King
could
is
really,
real, ladies and
if I had no
It is
responsibilities,
no longer Joe Exotic.
1 year,
It is
it said,
just
look,
Joe Burrow.
work
He
on
is
only
the
your
true
athleticism
Cincinnati Bengal
for a
after
full
being
calendar
a Boston
year.
Bengal. So we've got all
For a
our
full
people
calendar
ready to roll
year.
here. Mel, let's start
Hold up,
with
bro.
you. They do get their tackle
Y'all
back from
don't
last
see
year.
me.
Jonah Williams
Y'all don't see me
didn't
out here.
play last year. They
Hold
get
up.
A.J. Green. What do you think they could be
Hold
looking
up.
at here?
Yeah, we said there's not a tight end off the board yet.
Who? I'm joking. Who? I can go for all. I can go all day.
Some offensive lineman, Robert Hutt,
Okay.
Louisiana
Hold
Lafayette, tackle
Hold
guard,
up.
very
We ain't gonna
versatile
cheat,
and
we ain't
a
gonna cheat,
really
we ain't cheat, we
good
ain't cheat, we
football
ain't cheat.
player. So I think if you try to help out Joe Burrow,
We
you're on
ain't
the
cheating.
defensive side of the
Ooh.
ball. There's a ton of
Ooh, y'all
directions
see
they
that,
can go.
though?
But this team's
I
all
know.
about now.
Hold up.
Number 9, Joe Burrow, believe me. And I would try to do everything I could if I'm the Bengals to try to
We gonna
build
take
up
it.
that
Hey.
talent base around them.
All right, so Lewis, as a front office
One of the
insider,
biggest
where would you go?
things
You know
about
you have your
exercise is
franchise
rest.
quarterback. You believe you have your
Exercise,
cornerstone tackle. You
diet,
get A.J.
and
Green,
rest.
who had that
I
freak
think
injury,
rest is the most
in the
important
offseason last
of the
summer
3
on
of
that
those. So
warm-up
we're gonna
field. What is
we'll
the-
take a
if we're
quick
following
break.
Mel's protocol,
What time is
build
it?
up
7:12.
talent around him.
I'm
What's
gonna set
the
a timer on my
glaring
phone right now. We're going to set 2 at
Yeah, I think I would start at wide
8:34.
receiver, Trey. Look, I don't know if you can count on
I just
AJ
cranked
Green.
out.
He's gonna try
I just
and
cranked
come
out
back, and we
50.
expect him to
These are
come back.
50-pound
We
weights
expect him
too.
to pick up where he left
So
off, but I would be looking
my
to
next
get a
my
big,
next set is at
physical,
8:34.
down the field, jump ball winning wide
Okay.
receiver in the form of a guy like Chase
Whew.
Claypool, in the form of a guy
Hey,
like Michael Pittman Jr. Someone
Matt
who
Rule,
has
if you
a history
watching.
of being durable
Matt
and
Rule,
staying
if you
on the
watching.
football field,
Hey,
because
now.
that is going to be the most important
Hey,
thing
now.
here for Joe Burrow for his development.
Hey,
You
now.
have to have somebody who's going to be there day in and
I don't
day out
require too
to work
much,
with
you know.
him and work with him.
The
So
contract is
that would be the position I would be
negotiable. You
looking
feel
to
me? The
fill here
contract is
with
real
this first pick here in
negotiable.
the second round.
Let's talk a little
We
something,
always
something.
love
You
the
feel me? We can
offense,
talk.
right?
We can
Everything is
speak.
geared in the NFL
You
toward
feel
the
me? We can
offense, but if
speak.
you look at the division they're
We can
playing
really
in,
speak.
They got to find. I mean, the highlight.
Hey, what's the
one of
clock say for
highlights
y'all?
of the year last year was the
At the
Bengals
moment I
linebacker
type
basically on
a
spin
W,
cycle when Lamar Jackson
I'm
was
at
running through
4
him.
minutes.
They're gonna have to find
I'm
some
at
players
4
on the other
minutes
side of the ball.
right.
Yeah, without a doubt, Trey. I understand everyone wants to build up the offense, and rightfully
Now.
so, and give Joe Burrow some weapons. But when you have a defense that was dead last in the NFL at stopping the run, at some point you're going to have to either beef up the second level.
When I
defender and
typed
the
that,
linebacker,
how much time was
or
left on
maybe
the
a
clock?
defensive
Like, how far
tackle that
behind
help
am I?
Geno Atkins out. That's why I think a guy like Ross Blacklock, somebody up front that can help fortify that run defense, which got gas.
That W was
time
typed with
again
4
last
minutes
season.
on the clock for the
All right,
Bengals.
Daniel Jeremiah from the NFL Network. Your thoughts on the team construct process here? What would you do if you were Cincinnati?
Well, I can make a case for a lot of these
2:45
defensive players. I think
to
would be
like
upgrades
a
on
minute
this
and a
roster,
half?
But when you select
2:52?
Joe Burrow with the first overall pick,
Maybe like a
to me,
minute
you've
then.
got to get him some more help up front. And to me, I look at a guy like Josh Jones, Ezra Cleveland, those other tackles. They could pair up with last
Pretty
year's
far.
first-round pick Jonah Williams to keep.
So I'm like
those
I'm like
edges
a
secure
solid
for
minute,
Joe
maybe
Burrow. I think
maybe
you
even
almost
90
have to
seconds,
go
depending
offensive,
on.
either receiver or offensive line.
Yeah,
Well, it's interesting.
it's a solid
Those
minute
names
at
you
least.
mentioned, they were both potentially first-round picks
Yeah.
here. But Kurt, as a guy who is going to be the franchise quarterback, that's a position
Yeah, I'm on the
you found
stream
yourself in
through
with
the
Rams.
computer.
And if you know you're
Because I
going to
couldn't.
be
The
that
audio would be
guy,
weird if I had
what's
it
the
playing
thing
through
you
my
wanna have around you?
TV onto the stream. You be hearing it through my mic and whatnot.
Well, I like where DJ and Lewis are going.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Weapons.
I'm behind, but it makes sense.
But
Usually
I
the
think the smart move for
online
Cincinnati
version
is
of
to
the
go on the
telecast
interior
is usually a little bit
either side.
behind. I
As
feel like a
Booger said,
minute.
defensive
Yeah,
interior,
a minute is probably a
or
little
as
bit
DJ
longer.
was just talking
I
about
probably
the
could
offensive
refresh this,
interior
but
and get
I'm
more
not
stout
going
up
to.
front, be able to run the football.
Pick is in?
That
Okay, I'll
always
count
helps
from
the
there.
young quarterback, because I believe for the number one
What
overall
time?
pick, they got a lot of pretty good weapons there on the outside for Joe Burrow right now.
Michael, are you buying this, or you just want to loaded? Give Joe Burrow as many toys as he had at LSU, right? That's got to be where you're going.
And Trey, let's be real here. He has some great toys. You can say what you want. A.J. Green is still one of the best in this league when he's healthy and on the football field. Ross, we talked about the speed.
I meant to ask that, or I was asking that so I could see another exact. Oh, it's 2 minutes. I'm about.
But they were also 30th in scoring.
Yeah, I just saw it right now. At 2 minutes, at the exact 2 minute mark. But when you guys said that, I actually don't remember. I actually don't know when I asked the question. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, listen.
We'll check it.
Exactly
We'll
right.
check
So
it for
there's a
we'll check
lot
it
of ways
for
they could go
the next
here.
pick.
There are a lot of options for the Bengals who are trying to get back to the way they were. Look, I know we sort of. And Mel, you've been on this. We look at the Bengals as a whole and see that void of playoff wins and
Yeah, it's in for me
obviously
too.
since they went to
It
their
got put in
second
at 2
Super
minutes
Bowl,
exactly.
it's not a lot there. But
Man,
we're
my biggest
talking
thing
about
is,
a
why
team
does a
that
man
has
named Booger
been in the
McFarland?
party,
I'm about to change my name,
recently,
bro.
and they quite frankly should have won that wild card game.
If a man named Booger McFarland would have milked that
Vontaze Burfict,
family friendly channel. if a man named
bad
Booger
luck for the
McFarland
injury to Carson
with a
Palmer,
head
as you
shape,
said,
whoa! Look at this house.
like they had the
Hold
Steelers
up.
beaten, but they have had success in
Duke
the
Tobin
regular
is the
season,
director
and
of
they
player
have
personnel.
allowed quarterbacks to have success, as I talked
Is
about
this
before.
a grill
Touchdown passes
inside
since
the house? This a pool
ranked
house?
13th in the
Huh?
NFL. So they have done a decent job with their quarterbacks over the years.
Bro, I'm so confused. What is this?
All right, Mel. Thanks.
This a pool
So
house?
We'll see what happens here. Zach Taylor
Look at this backyard. Is that a
looks like he's
waterfall in the
lying lonesome
backyard?
now and is on the phone. That would
Bro,
lead
is
me
that a
to believe
waterfall in the
potentially
backyard?
The pick is in, and ladies and gentlemen, it is. Where will Cincinnati go?
Okay, let's get this started.
Y'all see that man's house?
With the 33rd pick in the 2020 draft, the Cincinnati
Hold up.
Bengals select
I gotta change my title.
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins?
Wide receiver, Clemson.
Big respect, double, triple respect.
Listen to Michael Irvin. Give this man more weapons. Here's what you need to know about T. Higgins in his 3-year career at Clemson. 27 touchdown catches. Why is that significant? It ties the school record of DeAndre Hopkins and Sammy Watkins, who were both first-round picks. Higgins caught 135 passes for over 2,400 yards, and Michael was good for over 18 yards a catch. That ranked 5th in Tigers history.
And this kid is incredible at going up and getting the football. You see the size right there, 6'3", 216 pounds.
And by the way, just real quickly, this is T's sister.
Colts pick is in?
Plays
All right, cool.
basketball at Middle
It's in for me,
Tennessee
too.
State. So this is an
5
athletic
minutes?
family. And he was also
Yeah, mine's
Mr.
behind.
Basketball runner
I'm watching
for
on the
Tennessee,
stream.
Michael, before he decided to focus
Yeah, picks
on
in
the
for me,
football
too.
field.
Oh, look at that athleticism.
You know what?
Look
Hold
at
up.
the way he's leaping,
It's because-
dunking that basketball. Remember, I talked about this guy earlier, what I call those area code receivers. No matter where you put the ball, and you see right there in that highlight, people talk about his speed, but his knowledge of the game is what makes him so dangerous. Yes, he doesn't have that runaway speed, but he has the body that once he stacks you, you can't come over top of him. And he has that great body control where he can contort his body any kind of way he needs to catch that football. Trey, this is a great pickup. These two will be able to grow together for a long time.
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah, one of the things that's interesting about
Yeah,
T.
the
Higgins,
Colts
his
got- the
arms
Colts
measured
picked really quickly.
34 1/8 inches at the combine. In the last 10 drafts, there have been 4 wideouts.
Yo, Joe
in
Burrow
the
might
first
have a
round
little
with
squaddy squad around
long
him.
Arms that long. They were Mike Evans, Kelvin Benjamin, A.J. Green, and Des Bryant. So we're talking about pretty good company here.
Yo, the Bengals have a little
No
squaddy
doubt,
squad.
and that size is going to show up big time in the red zone, and it's going to show up in 3rd down. And if you want to know if Joe Burrow's excited, Joe Burrow trained
Look at this
in Los
man's
Angeles
chain.
with Jordan Palmer to get ready for this draft. And you know who else he threw to while he was out there? T. Higgins. These guys have already played catch with one another.
Boy, if you
There's
don't hug
already
your
some
mama first.
familiarity between these two, and he's going to be their red zone weapon for the future with Joe Burrow, Trey.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, there were some people that say he fell off a little bit toward the end of the college football run. He admitted he was facing tougher press coverage. He didn't work out at the combine. He said, look, our season just ended a couple of weeks ago. I was done. That might have been one of the reasons why he was still there, but you cannot fault the production that you saw out of T. Higgins. And motivation comes in many
He didn't go
forms.
to the
When T. Higgins
combine
was a
'cause he
kid,
didn't want
he really
to?
didn't like football.
That's
so his
crazy.
mom said, for every touchdown you score as a 4-year-old, I'll give you a Hot Wheel. He scored a lot of touchdowns. He got a lot of Hot Wheels. And now he's got some Hot
That's
Wheels.
weird. That's
he's
kinda
gonna
wild,
go
actually.
with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Bengals really have
it looks
no,
like the
they
next
really have
pick
no
is in. It would be the Indianapolis
defense at all.
Colts.
That'll work out
Pick
though.
Number 34, and yes, indeed, that pick is in.
They're just gonna
So
sell
where will
tickets.
Frank Reich and company go? Let's find out what they're going to do with the second pick of the second round and how they're going to build around Phillip Rivers, their new quarterback. Let's find out right now.
It's your first pick of the draft.
How do you get chosen
With the
to be on this
34th
Zoom
pick
meeting?
In the 2020 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Michael Pittman, wide receiver, USC.
This is great.
Well, just like
Honestly,
the first round,
this
we're
is
gonna
like
see
the
a
perfect
lot of
situation for the Panthers
wideouts go
because
off the board, and here's what
there's
you need
two
to know.
picks.
Michael
The first two
Pittman, the name
picks
sounds familiar.
weren't
Booger alluded
anyone
to
on
it.
defense
His dad was
or
a
anyone in the secondary. That means by the time it comes to us, we should have our pick of just about everyone. There's no way we don't get someone we really like. There's no way, there's a 0% chance that we don't get someone we really like.
Not afraid of contact and running into people as opposed to running away from people. And Michael Pittman, Mel, plays the position that same way. Listen, He had over 100 catches. Very few people have done that at USC. He goes up and gets the ball.
Yeah, we talk about T. Higgins' catch radius. How about Michael Pittman at 6'4", 223 with that 4.52 speed and a 36
Yeah, a minute
and a half
ago. Okay.
vertical. Effective working in traffic. I'll tell you, he's not easy to bring to the ground. He'll block. This kid knows how to play the game. You see the hands, the concentration, the hand-eye coordination. He has all that. And I think you look at this second round, it's been a hot spot for some great receivers.
What do y'all see on the screen? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm about to say, if y'all saw my screen for a second there, I saw a very wild tweet. I know if y'all can see my screen.
Yeah, I saw that nightmare firsthand, Mel. I just saw
another quick pick.
Colorado in Boulder.
This is good. I remember last year, the second round was kind of slow. I felt like the second round was kind of slow. But yeah, if you're going like this, if you're moving like this. Oh yeah, that was very quick. That was very quick. I saw that about 30 seconds after y'all typed it.
Everything you could do, and he's going to do everything.
But y'all, I get it. Yeah, I'm seeing it. I think about 30 seconds behind. But the stream on YouTube, by the time y'all hear it, it's another like 20 or 30 seconds. So I think it's about a 30-second delay that I have. But it's a minute delay overall since I get it and then I say it and then y'all get it from me. So that's alright, I guess.
That's the kind of respect he got from opposing coaches. I love this pick for the Colts.
Yeah, and one thing you need to know about Michael Pittman, he will overcome adversity, as we see the Lions now on the clock with Matt Patricia and his son. He's dealt with a lifelong stutter, and he says, I'm not embarrassed by it. It's something that defines me and who I am, and I've been working really hard to make it better. So congratulations to Michael Pittman. Second
think we're trading?
The Colts have had
I could see if we
hold second round. They took Paris Campbell.
I wouldn't be all that upset, honestly.
In the second round.
If we were to trade this, like not too far down.
Are on the board right now.
What if we traded like down to like the Jags?
As we thought, chalk in the first round, taking Jeff Okudah, the defensive back.
What if we traded down to like the Jags or like
they might go as we take a look
or like
the general
the
manager,
Steelers,
Bob Quinn, the executive vice president and general manager, if we're getting specific.
Who has two? Hold on.
Everything. Lewis, you look at what's going on here with the Lions. Where do you see them going?
Yeah, they need pass rush.
Or the I don't know. The Bears traded this pick from the Raiders, so yeah, they're not going to trade down again. Or trade up again. The Ravens have 2 picks in the second round, but they traded with the with New England through the Falcons. They probably don't trade again. There's no one here who has 2 draft picks.
They were pretty active in free agency, getting a lot
Bucks
of former Patriots.
Probably won't trade up.
In the same way that
Seahawks
Brian Flores
don't.
and the Dolphins also got
Green Bay?
a bunch of former Patriots because they all came from that coaching tree. But this is a big year for Matt Patricia.
Who has multiple third-round
ownership
picks?
has basically said, we need to win, and we need to win now. And sometimes, instead of those sturdy blockers and pluggers you're talking about on the defense line, they go for a flashy pick on the offensive side. So we'll see how.
Can we get both the Raiders third-round picks?
Want to go? But ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in. Let's find out where the Lions are going with the third pick in the second round.
I'm like barely watching the stream or watching the chat.
With the 35th pick
right now
in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select DeAndre Swift, running back.
All right,
Georgia.
cool. That's cool.
Okay, this
the
is
Lions. Wait, the Lions had a good run game.
Swift is a guy who can do a lot of things out of the backfield. He waited his time at Georgia behind a lot of good runners like Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. But he is a dude that still contributed a lot. And by the way, his average of 6.5
My man got the whole
during his career
DC comic heroes.
And what is
that's not even like spray paint. It looks like really high quality chalk.
God got up one morning and decided to make a great running back, and then he gave
what
him a
the
great
hell?
name. And that's his dad, Darren Swift. Don't at me.
Oh hell no! Wait, what?
He is yoked. He runs a gym called Premium Training Swift
Whoa.
in Philadelphia. I ain't messing with him. Any of you guys want to get a piece of him? Boog, you gonna take down his dad?
Simply put, Trey, this guy is a 3-down running back, and he comes from an NFL style of running game.
Yo, why is Dad built like that, bro? Hey, why this man Dad built like that?
And burst through the line of scrimmage, but make no mistake about it.
Why this man built like that?
You talk about
the Lions trying to slow the game down. The Lions just want to have a great great run game. They don't want that ball touching the air at all.
Now they have a 1-2.
They don't want that ball touching the air at all.
Down back that can also run the football and do it all, Mel. I love this pick for the Lions and DeAndre Swift.
Matthew Stafford Boog's going to love DeAndre Swift. I watched him against Florida, stone a linebacker in a pass rush situation, coming up the middle, allow Jake Fromm to complete a key third down.
This man definitely is nice, but I guess you don't want to. I guess you already paid Matthew Stafford. You're not really trying to build around him. You know you can't win around him. So I guess you're going to try to wait it out. You're going to wait it out, and you're going to let things happen. Let the run game make moves for you. Maybe you can move Matt Stafford. Maybe you can pick up someone later. Who knows?
2 years ago, 440 carries. Jonathan Taylor had 926.
Who? Probably. I would want. I kind of want Trevon Diggs, but I would be cool with Xavier McKinney.
Detroit has finished in the bottom half of the league in rushing.
I keep thinking about Antoine Winfield, but his injury history really gets to me, bro. That injury history is giving me really some big pause to cause. Wait, some big cause to pause. We need a safety, but we also need a corner. I feel like you have to go. I'd probably go corner. I'd probably go corner, and I'd probably go.
Use a break. Hours are running at 450 degrees, and your pizza stays untouched from here to
probably go Diggs.
Use contactless carryout to get 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for just $7.99 each.
Service isn't just a department. It's a voice on the other end of the phone.
A note to say you're on our mind. A willingness to come to you.
The world and how we interact with each other is changing, but that will never change who we are at Lexus.
Now, more than ever, you and your needs come first.
Find out what service options are available in your area at lexus.com/people first.
Looks like they picked the wrong.
Are people serious about wanting Mims?
For this for a long time.
They will.
I thought it was a joke, but I just saw Jordan Rodriguez also tweet about that. Is that legitimate? Like, people actually think we're gonna get Mims?
The desert never lies.
I mean, I know he went to Baylor.
No, you were
I know he went to Baylor.
State and insurance.
I don't know.
Let's try again. Everybody.
Bro, if we pick up a receiver in the second, I mean, we should have just went ahead and got a receiver in the first. If we going for the money plays, we should just got a receiver in the first. We ain't forget about Colin Johnson, did we? Ain't no way. Also, there's a ton of really good receivers in this draft. It would be the stupidest thing of all time to go for a receiver in the second round.
It's really been a tremendous struggle.
We don't just sweat under the arms. So
I'm about to go ahead and mute these commercials because these dudes are way too happy about sweating. Everyone in this commercial is way too happy. She looks sad, but literally everyone else but that last girl looked way too happy about excessive sweat. He can play every position. Who y'all talking about? What did Kermit say? I don't see anything earlier. Who can play any position? Go for 1/3 or 4th? Maybe. I probably want a linebacker somewhere around there. I probably double dip back to back, 3rd and 4th, or 3rd, and then double dip at linebacker or at DB. Whether if you get a corner this round, you get a safety next round. If you get a safety this round, get a corner next round. And then maybe you go O-line. Maybe I go O-line 4th round. Then linebacker. I really don't see a smart way to pick up a receiver without getting rid of Curtis Samuel. How we get? Yeah, I mean, then you have four legitimate receivers: Christian McCaffrey and Ian Thomas. I don't know.
4th Military Battalion.
Unless you're going to trade Curtis Samuel, I don't see us drafting a receiver before tomorrow.
Thanks for having us. We are here at the Javits Center assisting with the Javits New York Medical Station, providing medical support to the residents of the metro area during the COVID-19 epidemic. We are proud to be here today.
DraftKings is going public?
To be a part of the New York Giants announcement. We love you, New York. Go Giants.
Thank you, Specialist Smith. And thank you to all our service members, both here and around the world.
Wow, DraftKings just went public.
What you do and what you continue to do in these uncertain times. Thank you.
That's wild.
With the 36th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Xavier McKinney,
cool,
defensive back, Alabama.
Double respect.
All right, so the X-Man is off the board, which means
whoa,
it's time for
that's kind of cool.
Tattoo for Xavier
he
McKinney.
Got a projection
doing that since he
of
was
the draft.
Old. He's got Marvin the Martian,
that's cool.
the Minions. He's got a bunch of things on there. Now he's going to have a New York Giants logo as well. No surprise, we're starting to see these safeties come off the board. We talked about the tattoos. He's been tattooing players on the field. DJ, he didn't run as well as a lot of people thought he would at the combine.
Any playmakers? They have one Saquon Barkley, sir.
On the back end.
Yeah,
actually, they have some sleepers. Yeah, they do. They have some sleepers. They have no protection though.
To clean that 40 time up. This is a first-round player who can play as a high safety. You can.
They need a lot of protection.
He's got
but they have playmakers.
Instincts. He also has
they have
the
playmakers
ability to find and play the football. And Lewis, what I love most about him is they had so many injuries at the linebacker position. They're able to drop him down in that nickel linebacker role, and he was able to communicate everything for their front. So you know you're getting a very smart, heady football player for the Giants.
Exactly, DJ. You know, that position that you're talking about, that nickel linebacker position, is called the money position. The money back.
Dante covers space. He sure does, bro.
And covers backs, and he can play the star
if
position.
the grass could catch the ball, he'd be right there guarding all of it.
Tremendous eyes, tremendous ability to key and diagnose plays. His play entry angles are always good, always sound, and he will drop the hammer on you. And the thing that makes him so good is then you can put him back deep, and he can range off the hash, play in the middle of the field. He's the total package. The Giants nailed this pick.
Well, remember, they had success with Landon Collins in the second round a few years ago, but there you see
Nathan the Goat Peterman.
A canine resemblance for Bill
Never
Belichick.
heard of him.
The Patriots head coach.
Only player I know of is Colin Johnson. Colin Jones.
The Patriots are finally participating in the draft process. Let's see where they go.
Okay.
With the 37th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Kyle Duggar. Defensive back.
Okay, big respect.
Ryan.
Double respect, triple respect, triple OG, triple. All right, cool. All right, I ain't watching the chat anymore. But look, we gonna have a good pick here. We have a lot of options. We have a lot of options here. Let's not get ridiculous.
In 2006.
So whatever y'all react to in the stream, whatever y'all type, you're gonna type it twice. Type it when you hear it, when you see it, then also type it so I can look at it again when I actually react to it 30 seconds later.
2012, 12-14. Kyler played basketball at Whitewater High School of Georgia, just like his brother and mother did. And then, of course, at Lenore Ryan, Mel, this guy was a freak show. You just don't see his kind of athleticism at this level.
Dominant player
at what level? I mean, yeah, he's definitely an elite player, but the level of D2 is something different. Bro, they're playing in a parking lot. That actually reminds me of the field at what field was that? At Richmond University's their football field, or I guess their soccer field, which I think is also their football field.
Special teams on the back end in that secondary. Kyle Duggar Duggar was throughout his career at Lenore Ryan. That's what makes you an early second-round draft
Bro, their
choice.
football field is literally right beside one of the
Simply put,
dorm
Bill,
rooms.
he's a playmaker. He's a guy that can come down and make plays. 10 picks throughout his career. You talk about the 6 punt returns for a touchdown. Here's a guy from a playmaking standpoint. He's always going to be around the ball. You can insert him down. He's going to make sure that if you need to play on your defense, he can make the play, Trey.
He got the kids. Hey, Matt Rule got the kids cheering in the background.
All right.
Double respect, triple respect, triple. Okay. What we got here? What we got? What we got? Who we got?
With the 38th pick.
Okay.
In the 2020 NFL
Talk
draft,
to me.
The Carolina Panthers.
Talk to me.
Yetur Gross-Matos, defensive end, Penn State.
All right, Yetur Gross-Matos led the team at Penn State with 9.5 sacks and 15 tackles for loss. He was a first-team All-Big Ten selection by the coaches and the media. But the things that he has had to deal with through a very, very young start in his life is absolutely incredible. Size 17 shoe, by the way, by the age of 15. But you
Notice what in the hell you doing today?
When Yetur Gross-Matos.
Oh my God! Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Huh? I don't dislike him as a player, bro. I do not dislike him as a player. Now here's a very, very sad story. A crazy story, bro. A crazy story. I'm gonna mute it real quick though. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm gonna mute it real quick so I can speak on this. But you do recognize that we do need to have some sort of presence, you feel me, in the secondary, right? Someone got to make sure that Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and Matt Ryan ain't out here throwing a party on it. Now, look, we all know that you got to build some, you really do have to build pressure. If these guys don't have time to throw the ball, they cannot throw the ball. But in the unlikely event that they do throw the ball, who gonna defend these receivers? Who gonna defend these receivers? Oh, Dante Jackson gonna do it. Okay, Dante Jackson gonna do it. Okay. Dante Jackson gonna do it? Okay, man. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Bruh. That's a smart pick. That is not it's a decent, it's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick, but I would say that is not a good pick. Not a bad pick. He's a good player, but I think the need was definitely stronger in the secondary.
You can see Matt Rule in Carolina starting to build a very
Listen, the Rule restoration is underway in Carolina. Why did they take 2 defensive players in the first 2 picks, and why are the kids so happy?
Please.
They allowed 29.4 points per game last year. That's the worst in team history. Everybody's happy now as they're going defense in Carolina.
I mean, look, bro. I'm not going to sit here and hate on the pick. I ain't going to sit here and hate on the pick, but, bro. Dude said, look, we can't be out here getting ran on. You feel me? They said we can't be out here getting ran on. So I can see the fear in their eyes when they pick up a defensive end. Going first 2 rounds, defensive trenches. I guess we're gonna stop the run and give Tom Brady a nice little farewell tour. He gonna be throwing a little bit of a party on us. I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna look a little bad. It's gonna look a little look. We might get some sacks. We're gonna have another year like last year, where we end up top 2, top 3 in sacks. We might get a few picks, but overall the defense, the pass defense ain't gonna look nice. But we're gonna have a better run D. We'll have a better run defense, but the pass defense, as far as sacks, interception, and yards, I don't see that changing all that much. What did Ryan say? You agree with Ryan? What did he say? How far I gotta scroll? Oh, he's good, but why we need secondary help badly? Like what? Yeah, exactly. I told you we needed a D lineman, man. A D lineman. Yeah, needing a D lineman and that being the best pick for us aren't exactly the same thing. We need a linebacker too, but that wasn't the spot for a linebacker. this draft, I guess the reason for that would be, if there's any reason why you pick him there, it's because the draft is much deeper in the secondary than it is for edge rushers. Edge rushers fall off after this round. Maybe you find some decent ones in the third round, but honestly, after around here, you're not finding like day one impactful defensive ends. So I guess your thought process is, we do need one more person on the edge. And hell, we got a lot of those right now. We have a lot of people who can play the edge. Outside linebacker, DE, that's half the squad right now. But, and I guess you don't want to miss out later on. And you know that it is a little bit deeper later on for people in the secondary. But I don't know, man.
Yep.
I don't know, bro. Well. Well,
What is that?
Mine. Why?
It's
this
just that it's
now
Yes,
this
it
means
It's for men.
what this means for me now is hold up. Is that you just can't get a tight end. You can't get a tight end. You can't get a backup running back. You can't, bro. You really can't go for a receiver.
Man, without
If you pick up a receiver now at any round before 6, you really are just messing up, bro. It's horrible. Picking up a defensive end in the second, unless you make a trade, unless the team makes a trade very soon, and we get multiple thirds or more fourths. You can't do these. That right there was the luxury pick. Not because we didn't need that pick, but because we didn't need that pick right there. You can't have very many more luxury picks. You can't go. You can't go receiver. You can't go running back. You can't go tight end.
As the nation's top defensive back, still on the board. We're waiting to see when Grant Delpit may go. So it is Miami's turn to make a selection. Of course, with those 3 first-round picks, they went.
I'm not gonna lie. So far,
overall, and
the Dolphins have the Dolphins are gonna be good next year, bro.
The left tackle to block.
Bro, the Dolphins are gonna be good next year. Do not slumber on these Dolphins.
Adding to a very crowded cornerback room.
Bro, do not slumber on these Dolphins. I ain't gonna hold you.
Trying to figure out where they will go next. A couple of offensive players.
They might just go dummy.
That one cornerback, the pick
they
is
might just
Miami.
go dummy.
Let's find out what the Brain Trust is going to do next.
With the 39th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Robert Hunt, tackle, Louisiana Lafayette.
Well, there he is. Robert Hunt is now off the board, and Robert Hunt is a fascinating prospect here, because Robert Hunt in the last 2 seasons allowed a total of 5 quarterback pressures and 570 pass blocks.
Hey, she over here. She getting mean. Hold up. Hey, that boy's mom is about to get mean.
Daniel Jeremiah, again, if you want to see someone abuse another man, this is the videotape you want to watch.
No doubt, Trey. I'll be fascinated to see what the Dolphins are going to do with him, because some teams think he'll kick inside the guard, but at right tackle, you want to see somebody unload on defenders at the line of scrimmage.
I just saw a brand new meme.
Explode and bodies go flying.
We gonna see it in the next hour.
Knockdown after knockdown. You see him also get out in space.
Should have taken Jalen Hurts, not Tua.
I thought this is somebody that's going to be a plug.
Tua is going to be better than Jalen Hurts. I actually don't know what the hype about Jalen Hurts was.
They've done a nice job with 2 offensive linemen.
I just do not see the hype in Jalen Hurts.
Like what they did with Austin Jackson, now they come back with Robert Hunt.
Go ahead, Dan. You think about it, with a kid like this, you can put him in 3 different spots and see what happens. Guard, right tackle. He played a little left tackle, but I think when you look at Robert Hunt, he wasn't pitted against those big-time defensive linemen playing at Louisiana Lafayette, so there may be a little bit more of a transition because of that, but it's all about making Tua great. You get Austin Jackson, who was a developmental left tackle coming out of USC, and Robert Hunt, another guy's going to have to adjust to the level of competition coming from Louisiana Lafayette. So both those linemen need coaching.
Except Ian Thomas suffers suffers injury all the time?
It'll be a big plus for that Miami
I'm
Dolphin
not
offensive
sure
line.
that's
Well,
true,
I'm
my
sensing
brother.
a theme for the Miami Dolphins and Chris Greer. We've got Tua Tagovailoa. He was a little banged up. Let's protect this guy as they get Austin Jackson. Brian Flores is happy, and so is his son with that selection.
We'll have a really
And
good
then they
front.
get Robert Hunt
We'll
as
have a
well,
great
as
front.
along with quarterback Noah
I do not know
Sigurdsson,
what to
who
think
both
about
of
this
his
though.
parents, by the way, were Olympian-level athletes.
Damn, bro, that's
and
crazy.
competed in the 92 and 96 Olympic Games. Meanwhile, the Houston
I guess you know what
Texans
he is kind of first round talent. He is fringe first round talent.
17-year-old who is there
Build the
with him
front
to
up.
make the
I'm trying to
pick. Let's see
convince
what
myself, bro.
With the 40th
I'm trying to
pick
convince
in the
myself.
2020 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans.
Who the Texans getting?
Ross Blacklock, defensive tackle.
I like that.
TCU.
All right, Ross Blacklock
I like that.
is a very interesting story as he's awaiting to hear the news officially that he is off the board. Played at TCU. The advisory board told him to go back to school for one more year, but he says, I'm going to trust my instincts out of Missouri City, Texas, not far away from Houston.
Missouri
His
City,
father
Texas?
played
I had no
basketball at
clue.
Texas. And oh, by the way, you might know him from another team he played for, a former Harlem Globetrotter, point guard, and dribbler. And now he's their head coach.
That's crazy.
And he knows how to do all the tricks and everything going. There is Jimmy Blacklock doing his thing. And, of course, he was the ultimate showman as part of the Harlem Globetrotters. But
That's kind of wild.
A lot more joy
Why these dudes have?
watching his
Yo, why
son
does
go
every
out
single
there on the
NFL
field
draftee
and
have a
dominate?
crazy
And
story? You really
Ross
can't
is
be
a guy
boring.
who can
You
get
really
some
can't be
things done.
boring and just be good at football. You either have a tragic origin story, or like you have someone in your family who did some crazy shit. Like it's just so random. Like, yeah, my dad was a Harlem Globetrotter for 14 years. Like, how do you, bro? It's like, what? Yeah, your dad's a Harlem Globetrotter.
Because of his
What?
agility, sideline to sideline, the way he plays.
We got your
this is
tour
the type of
Gross-Matos.
guy from a
Gross,
defensive tackle standpoint that you want to put in the three
I think it's
technique
Gross-Matos.
on
Maybe it's
pass pro
Gross-Matos.
situations.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not do any research on him at all because I did not think this team was going to pick up any defensive end before day 3. Low key, I did not do very much research on any edge rusher who was going to be picked before round 4 because I did not think the team was going to pick him up. So this is going to be a really good video for me. I'm going to have to actually do research and whatnot to actually look it up because I actually don't know much about him. I know I saw his name, but I wasn't looking at him that much because I wasn't like thinking about him as an actual prospect for us.
Blacklock is staying close to home, taken by the Houston Texans, and there you see.
Yeah, I mean, you look, you're right. Look, you're 100% right.
On his 17-year-old son,
If you
Jack.
want
Thank
to,
you all
if you
the
want to
top
go
line
ahead
heroes,
and build your
and
team
we
the
are
right
excited
way,
to see what happens there.
for a
Meanwhile,
coach
Indianapolis Colts,
who
Frank
has
Reich and
7
Chris
years
Ballard, the general
on his
manager,
contract,
have made their
you don't want to
selection.
have. I
The
guess you don't
pick
have
is
to.
in.
You don't
Let's
want to
see
build
who
your
the Colts
team
are going
like with all the
again.
sexy picks. You know, picking up receivers and corners
Cleveland Browns
and
have traded the 41st
the flashy linebackers and whatnot.
Indianapolis Colts.
But
With the
hold up,
41st pick
hold up.
in the 2020 NFL Draft,
Let's go,
the
Roger.
Indianapolis Colts select Jonathan Taylor, running back,
Jonathan Taylor?
Wisconsin.
Jonathan Taylor is a fascinating player. Came out of New Jersey where he broke another former Badger running back's high school
That's cool.
rushing record. He
Bro,
almost went to Harvard
yo,
as
this
a
lady beside Jonathan
philosophy
Taylor
major.
on the couch
Instead,
is high
he
out of
decided
her
to go to
mind. She's
Wisconsin,
off
and
the
all he did was rush
zoinkies.
for over
But yeah, this is the way you build a
6,171
team.
and he finished 2019 with
You go into the
2,003
you use the free agency
multiple
period to make the
2,000
offense look
yard
good,
rushing seasons,
and then you
just
use the draft to, I guess, you start in the trenches. I mean, it makes sense. You now have
Three-time All-American.
2 legitimate
He's a
threats
two-time
on the inside,
Yoke Award winner,
2 legitimate
given to the
threats on the
nation's top
outside.
running back.
You have a
Again,
franchise
over
linebacker
6,000
in
rushing
Shaq
yards,
Thompson.
good for fourth
You
most
signed
in
Tahir
FBS history.
Whitehead.
By the way, he's the only one that
You
has
have
over 6,000
several
yards
tweener
only
dudes
in
over
3
there.
seasons.
The thing about
Then
Brian
you
Burns,
see
though,
he
is
rushed
he
for
going to
only
play
1,900 yards
outside
in that
linebacker,
one other year, so
or is he
you
going to play
wonder what
defensive
happened
end? I'm
in
not
one
sure.
season. The only thing, the knock on him
I'm
is
not
the carries,
sure.
Lewis, but he seems healthy, but then there have been some fumbling issues as well.
I'm just not sure if
this is a guy who right now, Chris Ballard obviously had his eye on.
what was I saying? Oh yeah, if Brian Burns is going to play defensive end, if his skill set is speed. Obviously, he played DE on some plays last year, but I don't know if his ceiling is at defensive end or if his ceiling is more at linebacker. I think his ceiling is set at linebacker, but he could be a good defensive end. I just don't know if his highest potential is at defensive end.
Perfectly with what the Indianapolis Colts like to do in the running game and as an offense overall, Mel.
I won't lie to you about this either. I don't know much about the running backs, the day 2 running backs. Did not do research on those guys. I did not do research on any of these guys who were running backs. Like, if we didn't need them, I wasn't looking at. I noticed the names from the combine and whatnot, and the times and stuff. But like tendencies, like, is he good between the tackles? Can he run outside? Does he have a crazy like spin move, jab step? That not jab step, but like a really hard. He playing his foot in the dirt and make a cut. Like last year, I was looking at that stuff for running backs, like from round.
He only was in pass
really 3 on
32 times last
because we needed a backup running back and we got one. Got 2. But this year I was looking at any running backs, some receivers, tight ends. No, there's some good ones. Was looking at tight end. Was looking at defensive ends. All that heavy.
And at the combine there, blazed leading all running backs with a 4.3.
Needed Christian Fulton. I don't know.
Have some philosophy lessons about this.
You're watching the 2000.
But I guess this is the right way to do it, though. If you want to build a team, you build the team from the front up. And I guess from the moment he got hired, Matt Rule did start talking like a GM, talking like a guy who's going to be in the draft, saying he wants to come in here and fix the secondary. Everyone thought we were going to focus on the secondary heavily. We come to the draft, and our first 2 picks were on the D line. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense in a way. He comes in talking about the draft, talking about how he's going to build the team as a smokescreen for what his real plans were. I guess I can kind of understand it.
Some of your old friends, like the Chalupa Supreme.
At this point,
burrito and more. Order ahead and get
I don't know, bro.
Chalupa Cravings box at Taco Bell's contactless.
I just don't know what to think about it.
Calling all Grassmasters.
Our next pick isn't until pick number 69.
To the Springtime's Brawlers and Cultivators.
We have the 6th pick in the 3rd round. As of right now.
Search John Deere mowers for more.
What's up, everybody?
Unless we trade up.
Here, urging you to stay at home, take care of your family, protect yourself.
We're at the end of another
now
day
the
here.
Bears could go Christian Fulton or Grant Delpit. The Bears have a hell secondary, bro.
What I've been up to.
Bro, Eddie Jackson is a monster. Eddie Jackson single-handedly beat us in 2018. 2018, I think it was. Wait, last year 2019.
Pick up that phone.
I think it was 2018 was when Eddie Jackson single-handedly beat us.
Always do. We come up and we come through so many times, and we're better for it.
This is the time for all of us to come together as a world, not just
nice
America.
pick.
It's all of us.
What do you mean?
Like a great team.
I hope you're staying safe, protecting yourself.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're right.
Protecting the whole world.
And I know we're gonna get through this.
I just had to look at the chat. You're right.
We're gonna be all right. I promise you that.
Fish roll, risotto, buffalo, gelato, cheesecake.
Hell is this commercial?
Clam bake, milkshake, Brussels sprout, sauerkraut.
I've heard that Cheesecake Factory got like really downhill. I haven't been there in like years. Oh, this isn't even this is a Grubhub commercial. Postmates, what is this? I'm guessing Grubhub. But the first thing I saw, DoorDash. Okay, the first thing I saw was Cheesecake Factory. It was good when I went there last time, but I heard it went way downhill. Wait. Why is... I don't know. That was a weird tweet. But yeah, if you want to build a team for long-term success, I guess you do build it from the front, and then I wouldn't be surprised if we go linebacker next. Honestly, at this point, I think nothing would surprise me unless we go a skill position, unless we go tight end, receiver, or running back. Even if we went for an O lineman next, I would not be surprised. If you're building for the future and not to win this upcoming year, I can't be mad at that. But I didn't like the pick though. I didn't like the pick at all to start off with. But I guess if the plan really is to build a team, build a foundation first, you do build that foundation with the front. And I guess I wouldn't be surprised if we do go linebacker. Linebacker or O-line would not surprise me. It would be my guess, actually. I'm going to go ahead and guess we go linebacker or O-line next. But I would want someone in the secondary.
As a true freshman, he chose Colorado over offers from Alabama and LSU because he said, I want to go somewhere not on the map already. And the dreadlocks
we have there's still Troy Dye. There's Willie Gay.
Senior. Laviska Senior died unexpectedly.
My real pick will be way later on with Justin Stranad.
A busy road and was fatally struck by a pickup truck. He was only 39 years old, and Laviska decided to grow out his dreadlocks as a tribute to his late father. And he is a guy who puts in work and has a sturdy build. He didn't just lift with the other receivers. He lifted with the Buffalo.
Bro, I'm telling you, literally every single player, you have to have like a superhero background where my mother and father both died. So I became one of the best athletes of all time to touch the field at my position. It drove me. It's either that or you grew up with like the second best gymnast out. Your mom was the second best gymnast out of Slovakia or something like, or like your dad he played arena football, but his very first catch in the league was a backflip over a dude, or like something like that. Where like your uncle was a world-class swimmer for the Olympic Russian team, and you learned to swim at a really young age, and that's how you grew your shoulder muscle. So now you're a great quarterback or something like that, or you're a receiver who can also pass the ball. It's always some either really like horrific story that happened when they were a kid, or like they're related to some freak athlete at a random sport, like the 15th best curler of all time. Raised by dogs. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's a really interesting draft board we're seeing there from Jacksonville with Kalil Chase on and the cornerback. And
the face mask is on, not for your protection, but for theirs. You might bite somebody.
Meanwhile, we're waiting to see what goes on with
David Caldwell. Hey, that boy did not give you no kind of dap, brother.
Giving Gardner Minshew another.
Why does that other dude have a face mask on, but they don't? It's like, bro, you don't own the face mask on. Hey, tell everybody in the room to put a face mask on.
That's a lot of stuff on the wall. I'm going to need to know exactly what they're doing there. It seems like that's a theme.
Yeah, Matt Nagy got a whole CSI Miami diagram. Why is there like a Bears and Packers diagram at the bottom right? What's that? There's a Bears Eagles thing. I kind of want to back up.
Continue our draft coverage. Before we get to our next selection, though, which is going to be from the Chicago Bears, we have a very special message for you.
Dig up black players?
From the health specialists.
They probably do it to the white players as well.
Healthcare in Chicago, Illinois. These people who are on the front
my
line
thoughts on the pick.
their best to keep us safe as we battle the pandemic.
It's the same thing as the. It's on a different level. It's the same thing on a different level with the Derrick Brown pick. But I actually wanted Derrick Brown. Everyone seemed to want Isaiah Simmons. I wanted Derrick Brown because it seemed like a smarter, safer pick. You build the interior of the D-line to help with the run game, help K'Wan Short, Hopefully interior pressure. But this pick right here, you pick up my man to make sure that the D-line, the whole D-line, the front is set. Those 4 players are set. We have a solid D-line now. It's not the sexy pick of getting a corner or a safety.
Now, with the
But
43rd pick in the 2020 NFL
I mean, you have to fix the D-line. It's about building a team for the future. You know you're not going to win this upcoming year. So what you do is you build the pressure, get guys used to being in a system where you build pressure, and you make moves going forward.
Tying for second with a 10-foot 3-inch broad jump. He said, "I want to do the things necessary to show I'm the top
Whoa, tight end went second.
And he's
Here?
the latest in a long line of Notre Dame tight
The
ends
Bears
to
picked a
make their
tight
way in
end.
the NFL. He is now the
Bears picked a tight
tight
end.
end to be taken in the first or second round, and that doesn't even include Mark Bavaro, who went, of course, to the Giants in the 4th round. And the family tree, well, it's strong for the Komet family. His uncle, Jeff Skanina, was a defensive tackle for many years. In fact, Jeff Skanina was the guy that John Madden used to introduce the term cankles to us. He didn't have ankles, his calves just rolled into his ankles. And his father, Frank, was a defensive end at Purdue from 88 to 91. And this is an athletic guy in Cole Kmet, Mel. He wanted to play and did play for a while, both baseball and football at Notre Dame, before finally settling on football.
He had 8 saves in 2017. He was a 4-star recruit, had 4 sacks.
The Bears need an O-line, bro.
He really came on this year. It was his first year as a starter. He was a backup. Alizé Mack last year. Had an injury with the broken collarbone in practice.
I don't mind the tight end pick because that could be a security blanket for you, for Nick Foles or Mitch. You know, you do want to have a tight end there, a good receiving threat. Seems to be solid blocking too. But damn, bro.
260 pounds. He's an
Mims? No, bro. Getting a receiver in the 2nd round with our needs would have been a clown move.
Good body control. He'll block. It's a work in progress there. So he was clearly, in my opinion, slightly.
You ain't wrong, Matches.
Troutman from Dayton as the best tight end in this draft.
Bite into a lemon. Yeah.
Nick Foles or Mitchell Trubisky.
The Panthers force-fed it to me.
Oh
wait, that face was for the Bears pick.
With this selection, the Bears currently have
opening my door because it is hot in here, bro. I got so many lights on.
I'm guessing all 10 won't be there when the season
bro, I got
starts.
so many.
Stay with
Shut
us.
my window too. You wouldn't believe it, bro. I got so many damn lights in here. It's like, oh, I'm burning up. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, it was a smart pick though.
At Domino's, we think
it was a really smart pick.
Use a break.
It's one of those ones where you gotta eat your well, I like vegetables, but you gotta eat your vegetables before you can even touch the steak. You feel me? It's like you can't forget dessert. You can't even get to the steak before you get to the asparagus and the broccoli and the cauliflower first. You're not even allowed to look at the steak yet.
Lauren.
And the vegetables are just steamed. They're not like there's like no seasoning on them either. They're just straight steamed. So you got to get through those. It'll help you out in the long run. Only drink water. I can't be mad though.
Because home is what
I'm gonna sit here and get mad over the pick. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. What is this ad on this page? Hold
searching for info on
I'm not even looking at the actual draft page. I have you guys looking at.
That's why TD
What is
Ameritrade
this?
designed a first of its kind
Mina
personalized
Kimes?
education center. Their award-winning content is tailored to fit your investing goals and interests. And it learns with you. So as you become smarter, so do its recommendations.
So it's like my streaming service.
Well, except now
I'll
you're
scroll down
binge
a little
learning.
For a limited time, get up to $800 when you open
Yeah, but there's
and fund
no
an account.
way
Call
anyone could have predicted this happening.
860-9417 or visit tdameritrade.com.
I'm not mad at it.
Learn.
I'm actually not mad at this.
Now, more than ever.
What I'm gonna do though
her
is
love
this.
keeps you centered. Show her how much she means to you with a gift from the Center of Me collection. Happy Mother's Day from Kay.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I did literally no research on this man. I have no clue who he is. 40 or 20 on the bench, that's not great. 34 vert, 120 broad jump, it's about standard.
After just one application.
Aaron Schobel.
Now yard time is our time.
This is a Scott's Yard.
Can y'all see this?
Download the Scott's My Lawn app for your personalized plan.
When we first opened our doors, it didn't take us long to realize.
We weren't in the car business.
At Lexus, we were in the people business.
We needed to be helpful.
Respectful.
And compassionate.
To treat people like guests.
It's what we all signed up for. And now when people need this most, we will do what we've always done.
Take care of people first.
He played from 2001 to 09.
There's never been a better time for Millionaire because it's on a whole new night. This Thursday.
Okay, he had 4 years of double-digit sacks. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I have never in my life heard the name Aaron Schobel. Am I just not woke, bro? Am I just not woke for real? He said, like, it's not even a bad. It's not bad. Like, you see Aaron Schobel, you see, okay, his 3rd year in the league, he had 11.5 sacks. 5th year, he had 12. Then he had 14. In his last year in the league, he had 10. Like, these aren't bad numbers. Like, these are actually very good numbers. You feel me? 2 Pro Bowl years. I think he said in 07 he was an alternate. Then he got to the Pro Bowl. Like, these are good, solid, actual numbers that you should be proud of a guy being on your team. You feel me? For what? 10 years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 years? 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 years?
Seen a couple of safeties go off the board, wondering when we're here.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I have never even heard the syllables Aaron Schobel in that order in my life, my brother. Like, I never heard of him. I never heard of him.
Andrew Berry, the vice president and general manager. A lot of Ivy League
guys. This is good.
In the front office for the Cleveland Browns. The pick is in right now.
Think about Cam Dantzler. I like him.
Going to go with this selection.
He's looking a lot more likely now. We're not getting the guys I talked about.
With the 44th pick.
Actually, I'm kind of glad. Well, no, it wasn't any more work.
Cleveland Browns select.
But I had those videos out talking about these dudes.
Defensive back.
I had no idea we were gonna get my man deterred. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, usually I'm pretty alright with saying these names, but I am not. I know for a fact I am not gonna get this dude's name
defensive back in the 2nd round. They also got corner Greedy Williams
until I actually look it up. Until I actually listen to it. Hold up, who got him?
He's nicknamed Baby.
The Browns got Grant Delpit,
the former LSU and current Jeff safety, and of course he is a Saints fan. Grant Delpit grew up.
I can rock with that.
Games in the Superdome. Back then he was
the Bucks pick is in. Now I have to see who the Bucks get. They got Tristan Wirfs in the 1st round. Hey, bro. Hey, the Bucks got to be hell in a cell. You know what? Actually, you know what? With the Bucks picking up Tristan Wirfs, maybe my man Yatur wasn't the worst pickup of all time. Look, we're trying to hold up. Actually, hold up.
He can do that.
This man,
in the half field as a safety,
hey, Marty Herney, you gotta hear me for the 2nd year in a row. Call this man a genius. Matt Rule is actually a genius. We're going for pressure up front, so we can injure Tom Brady. Bro,
he is a playmaker at the
bro, we are trying to injure Tom Brady.
He's healthy, and he showed you in the national championship game against Clemson.
Tom and Drew Brees, then they gotta have a race for the record in our division. Look, we may not be able to stop them from throwing the ball where they want to. Look, even if we drafted a corner or a safety, we might not be able to actually cover a Tom Brady laser or a Drew Brees laser. You feel me? They have the deck stacked in their favor if the ball gets soft. But in those few times the ball is not able to get off.
This year with the ankle, he missed so many tackles. He was not flying around being the player he was in 2000.
You make sure they feel it. You make sure that this year is the last year that Tom Brady and Drew Brees play, at least, if not in the NFL, then at least in the NFC South. I respect that.
By the way,
I actually respect what's going on here. You make sure if they want to have a race for the records and yards and touchdowns, let them race somewhere else. Let those boys race somewhere else. I ain't lying. Hey, I respect that. Let me see.
in the 2020 NFL Draft.
Talk to me.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers
Talk
select
to me.
Antoine Winfield.
Antoine Winfield. Okay.
Minnesota.
Hey, check it out, bro.
Okay, this is kind of strange. We've had 4 safeties go off here in the second round, and they both went in back-to-back picks. The Giants took Xavier McKinney, and then the Patriots took
we lost.
Kyle Duggar. We just had Cleveland.
Hold up. This is a nice house.
Antoine Winfield Jr. is off the board. I could be wrong.
This is a nice house.
Happy about this.
Antoine Winfield living in the lap of luxury like that. Hey, bro, you had to play no football. Hey, Antoine, you had to play no kind of football. What you doing? Bro, we better just go work at a Target or something. Be a physical trainer or something. Be someone's private trainer. The house already nice, brother. The house already nice.
Dad first, by the way.
That could be his agent's house or an Airbnb, the nicest Airbnb of all time. But yeah, we already lost to the Bucks twice this year.
So now, take us to the Sun, Dan.
Breaking news: we just lost to the Bucks twice.
His dad was a stud. It was an outstanding.
Yeah, we lost to the Bucks twice. It is what it is.
Antoine Winfield Jr. He plays as the high safety. You'll see the range, the instincts, and the ability to drive on the football from the deep hash. He also has the ability to drop down.
His dad was in the NFL. He played corner for 14 years.
But once the ball is up in the air, it is his. He finds a way to attack.
The man was nice too. Went to the Pro Bowl 3 years. Had good interception and PD ratings or stats.
Guys, I'll just add this. Vita Vea up the middle.
Gross-Matos.
Devin White up the middle, and now you've got Antoine Winfield.
Looking at his numbers here.
Core up the middle of that defense for the Bucks.
Penn State. I gotta respect this. I respect that. Oh yeah, I was looking at his combine.
Well, I'm sorry, man. Look, I'll just
what's his size though? Hold up. What's his size? 6'5", 266. I wish we could have seen him run the 40. I do want to see what his speed looks like. I'll have to look at his highlights later on. Maybe even a game. Does he show his best and worst film? No. Who was our second round pick? This guy, Yatur Gross-Matos. I am mispronouncing his name. Spotsylvania. I've actually been to Spotsylvania. It is not nice there. It is not nice there.
Okay, now it's time for the Denver
Hold up, can y'all see my
Broncos to
screen?
find out where they go.
With the 46th pick in the 2020
Just
NFL Draft,
not a great place.
Denver Broncos select
Won't hold you.
KJ Hamler.
Then again, I'm not really a big fan of Virginia for different reasons. Actually, I don't really care that much anymore. Fredericksburg,
who they took in the second round last
Virginia
year,
Beach, I rock with a little bit. It can be, certain places can be weird.
Judy
Virginia Beach is kind of like Myrtle Beach, where if you haven't spent any time there, then if your only exposure to Myrtle Beach or Virginia Beach is once every couple years when you go on vacation there, then it's a cool place to be. But if you live near there, or you grew up going there a lot, you know about Virginia Beach, and some of y'all might know about Myrtle Beach, how it's a huge, mad popular tourist spot. But if you grew up around there, spent time there a lot, you know what's going on, bro.
It's just ridiculous, and his run after the catch skills are something.
The Falcons. The picks in. Hold up, let's see.
Running from the inside position and running to the back pylon, he's almost virtually uncoverable on those. In the catch and run, this is where him and Jerry Jeudy are just going to be a nightmare for the AFC West.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
One thing he's got to work on, his 9 drops in
the Broncos. You said the Broncos double down at receiver. That's double triple respect. I actually kind of like that. They're not going to win nothing, but I like that actually.
Seems happy. As a former quarterback, he has to love the first 2 picks he's gotten in this draft. Even the defensive side, head coach Vic Fangio is loving the weapons.
Yeah, I don't hate that for him. They're not gonna win nothing, but that might sell them tickets.
Watching the 2020 NFL Draft.
We're going to commercial.
Presented by.
All right, cool.
FX on Hulu.
So
the pure premium brand.
I'm not really
free with every Hulu.
I don't dislike this pick.
Over 40 original series.
It's one of those picks where you have to trust the process. It's a building block for the future. It's not gonna translate to or it might not translate to like a bunch of ESPN highlight plays right now. But building the front up, it's the move to make. It's what you should do.
Oh, hey there.
That's what you should do.
See you there. I'm George Kittle, and I'm here to bring you my
KJ
top pick
Hamler
for the NFL draft.
But yeah, the Bucks just beat us twice this year. Depending on what the Falcons do, we might split. We might split the Falcons. But yeah, we definitely just lost to the Bucks twice.
And supporting the NFL Draft-a-thon for COVID-19 relief.
And there's just no other way of putting that. It already happened. I didn't tell it to happen. It's one of those things that just happened. It's done. I can't control it. It's out of my hands. It's one of those things. But let's see. Still at commercial.
At Macy's,
Pick's been in for a minute. We better get this thing in expeditiously. Oh wait, I have the chat off. Hold up. Jalen Johnson, Trevon Diggs still there. When we pick, it could happen. We're only at 15 though. That probably won't happen.
We're all living a new
Probably
normal.
won't happen.
Businesses are closing. Living rooms are now offices and schools. Our world is
We
suddenly
doing what the
different,
Niners did
but
when
one
they
thing
sucked?
stays the same. State
They
Farm
really
is
suck
there.
because their
To
quarterback
any of
got
our
injured.
customers currently facing
But yeah,
financial burdens,
yeah,
call
you
your
just
State
build the
Farm
defense
agent
up.
because we're here to help
Build the
make
defense.
this new normal feel just a little more.
I mean, the Niners also got Richard
Like a good neighbor,
Sherman.
State Farm is there.
I'm not sure if we have Richard Sherman walking through that door for the Panthers anytime soon. But that'll have to happen next year though. That will be a next year acquire. So I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Let's see. I'm still at commercial at this moment. We are now back
Make sure you visit NFLshop.com
officially
tonight for official
4.5 seconds after I said that.
Caps, jerseys, and more.
Let's see who the Falcons pick up. Will they beat us twice this year? Let's find out. Let's find out.
You can watch full game broadcasts from previous seasons, Super Bowl classics,
I need to get some water.
shows like A Football Life and Hard Knocks, and the All 22 Coaches film. which
Could
is
we trade our
always
third and
fun. Go to
fifth for a late
NFL.com/Game
second?
Pass for more.
I wouldn't.
information.
I wouldn't.
We're almost to the
I feel like we have big needs, so I think we have more. We have a quantity over quality type need right now. I don't think we do it.
Offset. He's here on behalf of his grandmother who fought a tough battle with cancer.
What's happening?
I wouldn't.
It's your boy Offset, and I'm proud to support the NFL Crucial
Wait.
Catch Program and the American Cancer Society in the fight against cancer. Cancer does not discriminate, as we all know. Your age, race, it doesn't matter. And cancer patients and survivors are extremely vulnerable to the COVID-19. To learn more about how you can support and help, visit cancer.org. And now, I'm excited to let you guys know y'all gonna see my pick. Yes, sir, in my city, Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons, my pick. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Offset, thank you for all you do in the fight against cancer. We're proud to work alongside the American Cancer Society and make this disease a thing of the past.
What? What did I just watch? Bro, what just came on my screen, bro? What just came on my screen, bro?
Marlon Davidson, defensive tackle, Auburn.
Well, Marlon Davidson
Bro.
teamed up with Derek Brown to put together an absolutely impressive defensive line for the Auburn Tigers, and Gus Malzahn and Kevin Steele, their defensive coordinator. He had an opportunity to jump and enter the draft last year following his third year as a starter, but he decided to come back, and it certainly paid benefits for him. Booger, when you take a look at Marlon Davidson, his weight can be a problem at times. When he's on the right side,
I don't know
of about 290,
what.
he can be really disruptive off the edge.
Trey, it's only going to be a problem if they leave him at defensive end. 6'3",
Oh my God, bro.
pounds, He was a defensive end in college. I think he's going to kick down and play 3 technique inside. But when you watch him at defensive end, easily turns his hips, uses his hands.
I have a lot of faith in us to split the Falcons this year. But what was Offset talking about, bro? He was obviously reading off the cue card, which it makes sense. Everyone was off the cue card, but he wasn't even hiding it. And why was the cue card on the floor? Like, you could tell the cue card was like on the ground or whatever. That was weird. Whatever, man. It don't matter. But this pick for the Falcons doesn't scare me, but it makes sense. They had so many injuries the last 2 years on defense. Fix the D-line. Fix the D-line. I ain't mad at this pick for them.
And obviously having Derek Brown on that same defensive front helped Marlon Davidson. But the kind of
he did go to Auburn.
In order to become a
That's what's
second-round
up.
pick, it had to happen. The production needed to be there, and it was both in terms of tackles for loss and those 7.5 sacks.
Bro, these coaches be living. That's a whole damn forest outside his house.
Very happy with the selection there, getting the kind of player that Dan Quinn
Bro,
likes to build his defense off.
Hey, I'm
Dan
kind
Quinn
of a
obviously
coach,
very
bro.
happy as well.
Hey, forget being a player. If you're even like the assistant, the assistant defensive, the assistant defensive backs coordinator of film and research, you might pull in enough to have a nice little house. Hey, these dudes living in palatial vistas. You feel me? They're living in palatial vistas.
Well, it's the family of general manager John Schneider, to be accurate. Let's see where Seattle is going.
I ain't even mad at them. These ain't even like the top of the food chain coaches neither.
The New York Jets have traded the 48th pick to the Seattle Seahawks.
The Seahawks traded up?
With the 48th pick.
For who?
In the 2020 NFL Draft.
For who?
The Seattle Seahawks.
For who?
Darrell Taylor.
Darrell Taylor?
Defensive end, Tennessee.
Okay.
All right, he played outside linebacker at Tennessee. Had 8.5 sacks as a redshirt
I'm not mad at this.
senior, and
I'm not mad at this.
only 3 balls ever to have a 4-sack
Good little run of defensive ends, of non-defensive backs. Honestly, the way I see it, as long as they're not taking defensive backs, we're good. As long as dudes are not taking defensive backs, I'm 100% fine with everything that's going on right here.
But I was told this was a potential trade back scenario for the Seattle Seahawks right outside the first round. Instead, they come up in the second round.
The one thing I'm worried about most is
defensive line coach
am I really going to last this whole draft period?
And the word they use
I do not know.
Juice. This young man has juice off the edge.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I might not last the whole draft period.
College to the NFL, understanding how to rush the passer with the plan.
Christian Fulton's still there. Trevon Diggs is still there. Jalen Johnson, Bryce Hall, Dantzler,
will increase in the NFL.
Even Troy Pride.
So far, you can see what the Seattle Seahawks are doing.
I fuck with Troy Pride too.
Off the edge, power, love.
After that, I don't really care. Too much. Safeties, Ashton Davis.
Players in this draft, and that's why John Schneider
Jimmy Chin.
dapped up from the family. We'll see what happens as we continue.
Jordan Fuller really late could work out. I can see him going to tackle or going to linebacker.
Watching the 2020 NFL Draft, presented by Lowe's.
Tanner Muse could be a linebacker, maybe.
Onion dip. I'm going to start the bidding at $5.
Very late. That'd be tomorrow, though.
$6 over there. Do I hear $7? $7 in the front.
Wow.
$7 going once.
CBS Sports graded our Gross-Matos pick as an A. Robert Hunt got a B minus.
Sourdough bread.
Cole Kmet got a C minus for the Bears. I agree with that. Why they got a tight end made no sense to me at all. KJ Hamler to the Broncos got a C plus. That makes sense to me as well. Darrell Taylor to the Seahawks was a C plus as well. Why not sign? Why not go for an offensive lineman? We'll never know.
Let's watch a cooking show.
Cooking show?
Cooking show.
Let's see round 1.
Play the Great British Baking Show.
We got an A plus for Derek Brown.
Introducing AT&T.
Andrew Thomas was a B plus for the Giants.
Like leather,
that's weird. I would give that an A plus.
But 9 out of
I would
10
definitely
men
give
don't get the hydration
Andrew
their
Thomas
skin
an A
needs.
plus to the Giants
That's why
because they
Dove Men Plus
need
Care Body
any kind of
Wash is a
protection.
unique hydrating formula to keep men's skin
Okuda
healthier
got a B.
and stronger.
Oh, this dude said they should have got Derek Brown. Honestly, what I would have done if I was the Lions, I would have traded down. I probably would have traded down with the Lions if I was the Lions. Now, how the Bengals didn't get an A+ for Joe Burrow, I'll never know. I guess you don't. I guess you can't get an A+ for an obvious pick. Like, if it was your only, Joe Burrow was the only choice, and Chase Young after that was the only choice. I guess you can't give A+ for picks that would have been stupid had they not gone through. We got an A+ for Derek Brown. Oh wait. Oh, he gave the Cards a B- for Isaiah Simmons. Interesting. Mekhi Becton to the Jets got a B.
Visit manscaped.com and receive free shipping, boxer briefs, and travel bag.
Javon Kinlaw got a B- for the Niners.
I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half.
Damon Arnett got a B.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
I give the Raiders a higher pick than that. The Raiders, look, bro. I don't. My man John makes a pick. I listen to him. He's a great. He is really great at player evaluation and doing the unexpected thing that looks like it's stupid at first, but turns out to be good later on. When all said and done, I respect that pick a lot. Damon Arnett probably would have been a a round 2 guy, but I like him a lot. Jordan Love got a D.
But the pick is in. Let's find out where.
That's crazy. Jordan Love got a D.
Come on, let's go.
I don't know. Get that man Aaron Rodgers out of there. Get that man Aaron Rodgers out of there.
Chase Claypool, wide receiver, Notre Dame.
All right, Chase Claypool went
at this point. I'm not watching the draft
British
anymore. Hold up.
To South Bend, and now he's going to the confluence of the 3 rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela. Chase Claypool had a really
Chase Claypool to the Steelers. I do not care about the Steelers at all. I hate the Steelers.
So he threw up his
hate their fan base.
Something he did for fun, and then all of a
hate
sudden,
the team.
He got a ton of offers. And again,
ugly, stupid.
40 time is how big.
Do not respect them at all.
238 pounds. Only Calvin Johnson ran faster at that size. So here's what we're talking about.
But that's a good pick, though. You needed weapons.
And then went to Vancouver and far away from Seattle. That's how far away it is.
Marcus Bailey way later. Yeah.
We're starting with his high
way
school
later.
Football here, and this is some of the stuff that we saw.
Oh, let me see. This is what, 20? 18 right now. I'm gonna go through. I'm just gonna see who the Cowboys pick, and I might just go ahead and get offline. It's gonna be another hour before our next pick. Look, bro, we're at 18 right now, and we still have to get through all the way through 32, and then we have the 5th pick in the 3rd round. I'm not going to stay on for 4 hours because I have to shoot a video today, later on tonight, and probably 2 other videos tonight as well. And I already shot 3 videos this morning that I didn't even get to put up. And that's why I even went on live today, because I shot the videos and I knew I wasn't going to have time to talk about the stuff before it became irrelevant. So I'm gonna stream through the Cowboys pick, and then I'm going to hold up.
Kurt, what do we think about this weapon for Ben Roethlisberger?
And then I'm going to shoot my videos.
Well, I love it when you look at this team. I mean, they're built in.
Around
so many different things. They're good up front on defense. They've got the secondary. They've got the
offensive
line. And so I love that they add another weapon on the outside.
Oh, no.
Good young receivers to build around Juju Smith-Schuster.
Literally have no clue which it is.
Healthy. I like where Pittsburgh is at.
All right. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, let's go back to Commissioner Roger Goodell.
With the 50th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft,
Jalen Johnson.
The Chicago Bears select Jalen Johnson.
Okay.
Defensive back, Utah.
I don't like that.
So Jalen Johnson
I don't like
is now
that.
off the board, and was a very interesting story. Found out after the season he played the entire year at Utah with a torn labrum. He had a tackling drill that went awry in camp early on, but he stayed and decided to play through the entire season. And he was surprised as anybody, Mel, that he was a second-team All-American despite playing with that torn right labrum the entire
That's crazy.
year.
That's crazy, but yeah, the Bears actually made a good pick after really having a stupid. Bro, if you have two really good picks, this is what happens when you just luck into a really good pick. The fact that Jalen Johnson was still available here, when you go ahead and you have a dumbass pick like a tight end earlier in this round.
But he has had those injuries at Utah. If he's on the field,
I mean, look,
he's an
bro.
impressive cornerback for the Utes.
You go and pick Cole Kmet with your number 43 pick, like you were so sure he wasn't going to be there at 50. Like, how do you pick a tight end like Cole Kmet at 43 and let Jalen Johnson fall?
No first-round pick for the Bears.
But yeah, you're right. You're right, because the Cowboys need someone in the secondary. Probably a corner. The Rams, I don't know. The Eagles, could use secondary. They could double dip at receiver. The Eagles could go for receiver. Who knows?
Let's go back one more time.
The Bills had a good defense. I'm not sure what they need exactly.
As the Dallas Cowboys are on the clock.
But yeah, I can see. The big names for us are going to be gone, though. The big names for us will not be available.
Brother Jace passed away yesterday.
Damn. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I saw that.
With you and your family.
That's crazy. Yeah, that was sad, bro. 100% that was sad. I think I saw that story at like 2 a.m. or like 1 a.m. It was. I was like, wait, really?
Some of my best memories growing up were cooking with Mom.
That was, yeah, I think the story was like, I think the headline was the Cowboys confirmed. I'm like, why did Cowboys have to confirm that? Let Dak Prescott release that. But yeah, bro, he had two brothers and they were both in a commercial he was on.
At Northwestern Mutual,
but yeah,
our
I mean, that's
version of
crazy.
Financial planning helps you live your dreams
Yep.
today.
Fulton's still
Find a
available.
Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
He might fall. We might be able to pick up Christian Fulton. That bad game, you don't play good in the national championship game. If you get picked on, I swear they were picking on him. I promise you, they were picking on him on purpose, taking his draft stock. He could fall to us, and I would not be mad about picking up Christian Fulton in the 3rd round. Everything I said about him, about having questions about his play, doesn't matter if he's available in the 3rd round. I pick him up, snap with finger.
Just expired. Don't worry, Allison. With our express exam, you can easily renew
Let's see what's
your
going on the
prescription
gram, though.
online. Order your contacts now and get fast free shipping.
Why
plus
Curtis
our best
Samuel?
price guarantee.
Hey, Curtis, why you unfollow the Panthers?
We may not be able to gather together, but we can grill together. Oscar Mayer invites you to take your backyard
Yetur Gross-Matos. Oh, I was cool. I was right.
Join us for the Oscar Mayer Front Yard Cookout. Enjoy sharing a meal together, but safely apart, while we share 1 million meals with Feeding America. And every time
Once again, the Panthers. Actually, what's crazy is the Panthers, the old Panthers.
Through the month of May. Let's head out
The person who did social media, they actually went to the Redskins with Ron Rivera. So this new person got the memes down. This new person is picking up right where we left off with the top level memes.
Taco Bell's contactless drive-thru.
That's like literally top notch.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Okay. Safe driver, save 40%. Guys.
Check it out. Safe driver, save 40%.
Safe driver, save 40%.
Safe driver, save 40%.
That's safe driver, save 40%.
Why is this guy posting a picture of an iPhone SE? What the hell?
It's him. He's here. He's right here.
Hi.
Hey. That's totally him. That's him. That's totally the guy.
Safe drivers do save 40%.
Can you even buy
Click or
iPhone
call for a
SEs?
quote today.
Shall we begin?
Man, look at this.
What's good, Rook? Yeah, for real. Instant.
Don't give up.
Expeditiously.
Don't ever give up.
Keep listening.
I smell chips when we watch you.
Hey, I'm trying to get a sponsorship from this dude right here. Don't worry about that.
And enjoy.
Blessings and prayers to everyone as we're all affected by this virus. And I want to send a special shout out.
I'm trying to put up
all
on a new
frontline
sponsor
workers.
though. I'm trying to
everyone want to say stay healthy.
Make a little something happen for y'all too.
Thank you all the doctors and nurses.
They have some
all the
crazy
healthcare
Panthers
workers.
gear.
We know you guys are battling this thing for us, and we really appreciate you guys. So, for
Who is
myself,
this?
I want to give love to everyone. Love you guys. Take care.
Round 2 of the draft continues. Mel, give us your best available still out there.
Pure running back J.K. Dobbins. He is fierce. Zach Bond has versatility at linebacker. Denzel Mims coming from that Baylor offense needs to transition to the pro level. May take a little bit of time for him, but he is.
I like Josh
gifted. He is
Jones.
a freak from a physical and athletic.
Isn't Josh Jones a right tackle though?
Jones, I thought, had a solid year at Houston, worthy of being in
Oh, you know what? I did say this as a joke, but hey, I said 8:34. Second set. I never lie. Whew, I never lie.
Let's get into that backfield and wreak havoc. Justin Matter.
We getting right to it.
Be a really
Easy.
good pick. I thought he was worthy
Easy.
of being maybe a pick between
Easy.
25
Whew.
and 40.
Hey.
He's still on the board. Now we're getting toward the later portion of round
Hey.
2.
And there, Mel,
David!
AJ Epinesa,
I know you
the
see me,
Iowa
bro.
defensive end, one
I
of
know
the
you see me,
five-star
bro.
recruits that
I need a
has
little
been
help
there for a
on this
while,
one.
had been there in a long time. His family had connection to Iowa. We'll see when he comes off the board. Meanwhile, we talked a lot about Cliff Kingsbury's crib and where he was saying Jerry Jones is spending his time on his $250 million luxury yacht. I mean, that's a pretty good flex for a lot of people. And there's the chair that represents Mike McCarthy. Where
David!
he would be if he was actually
Hey, if you
in
see
the
me working
chair.
out here, Dave, you know I'm
Pick is
ready.
in. Let's go to the commissioner.
I'll take the vet minimum.
With the 51st pick
Hold
of
up.
the 2020 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Trevon Diggs, defensive back,
Hold up.
Alabama.
All right, so the Cowboys thought they might go defensive back in the first round. Instead, CeeDee Lamb fell to him, and now
Hold up.
Trevon Diggs, the younger brother.
Y'all can't see it.
Trevon Diggs is going
Actually,
to be
y'all
a
see
member of the
this.
Dallas Cowboys. By the way, the first ever NFL game Trevon Diggs went to, it was the Minneapolis Miracle
hold
game,
up.
in which his older brother Stephon scored the only walk-off touchdown
Right
in
now?
NFL postseason history.
Right now,
As time expired,
I don't know what happened. My screen went away. But hey, if anyone knows Derek Tepper's phone number, his business number, his personal number,
I mean,
look,
if
bro.
you're going to go to one, this is kind of bad because what's going to live up to that?
You can only
for your
curl in the
next
squat
NFL
rack.
game? But he was so happy to see his big brother do that. Of course, now he's with
Hey,
the
how
Bills.
much y'all
So,
think
Lewis,
this
what are you
way?
thinking about Trevon Diggs here?
How much y'all think this weighs right here? Give me a little bit of an estimate.
As a
What y'all
corner,
think
this is what
that
you wanna
weighs?
look like a guy who's 6'1", 205, easy fluid
Look,
hips, and
hey, you
has
know
the
what?
deep speed
Before I go off,
on his horse
the Cowboys
and
went ahead and picked up the guy I
He's a guy
wanted.
who's proficient in press coverage. You see here, he uses a soft motor, jams a wide receiver, and kind of just
The Cowboys made a smart pick.
He can do all the things you need him to do. He just needs to do them
The
consistently.
Cowboys made a smart pick.
6'1", 205 pounds.
The Cowboys made a very, very smart pick. They get CeeDee Lamb and Trevon Diggs. Just imagine that. Just imagine that, bro. The Cowboys gonna be held too. The Cowboys might be held too. In the third, nah. I mean, look. My agent says I might go 5th, but like anything could happen. They said that I mean, he's saying that there's teams looking at me. I mean, if the Panthers if they don't get a move on quick, I mean, things could happen. I might move to the 4th. I heard the Colts might look at me. I'm thinking the Chargers was really checking me out. Honestly, any team in blue. If you got blue on in your jersey, except for the Giants, I will not talk to that man who works in the front office of the Giants. But honestly, if you got blue in your jersey, you might have to talk about something.
Meanwhile, the Rams
A solid 25 or 40? Oh, y'all off the
commission.
pack, huh? Do you not see how I'm struggling? You think I'm struggling with 25, 40? This is a strong 80. This is 80. You see this thing? This is 80 pounds. I'm just cranking it. I'm cranking them out. This is 80. Do you see this right here? This is called. Oh my! You see this? See, the camera doesn't. The camera takes away 80 pounds. You see, this is like this right here. With this, look, the circumference of this right here. Of this right here. This is
Running
about,
back,
I don't
Florida
know.
State.
Well, this
Have you
is interesting because
have you
remember,
ever
they just
seen
moved on from Todd Gurley, and they're getting
a
someone
big
who's on very
big
short
chunk
list of things that
of
have been
ham?
accomplished
You know
at
how
Florida State
if you
as
have
a running back.
if you have get-togethers with your family around Thanksgiving, Christmas time, you know that spiral ham, that honey glazed spiral ham.
So if that's the trajectory for Cam
This is
Akers,
honey
the
glazed
Rams will
spiral
take it
ham.
now.
No question.
If you ever seen them,
back in the entire nation coming out of high school, you wanted an LSU, Alabama, Georgia. Quarterback coming out. You think
the
about
most
guys
important way your body gets bigger is rest. So right now I'm a rest. You can lift the weights you want to, but your body needs to rejuvenate. I just cranked out. What was that? Did anyone count how many reps I did? That was somewhere around. I think I did.
Lowers his shoulder on contact. Needs to be a little bit more short-handed as a receiver out of the backfield. But
I think that was around 35 to 40 reps. I think it was about 35 to 40 reps. At 80? Come on now, bro. If you in the chat right now, you can crank out 35 to 40 reps of 80-pound dumbbells. Type yes. Type a one. No, type a one in the chat.
No question about it, Mel. This is
Hey, type a one in the chat right now. If you can crank out 35 reps at 80 pounds like I just did.
Tackles a guy who will run in Sean McVay's
like I just did, bro.
You could possibly have a running back
80 pounds and zero gravity. The run litter. I got the biggest hog in the. What you talking about? This is. I got the biggest, ugliest hog of the bunch.
This is the kind of guy
that was a big boy. What you talking about?
That high-powered offense out there in LA.
I might have had a warthog.
Absolutely fills the need for the Rams as they try and
Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna watch this next pick. I'm gonna dip out. But
11 or 12
we got
picks on the offensive side
Etor,
of the Falcons. Meanwhile, the pick is
Gross-Matos.
the Philadelphia Eagles.
We're the 53rd pick in the 2020
Y'all lying though.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Y'all lying though.
Jalen Hurts, quarterback, Oklahoma.
Well, it just got interesting, ladies and gentlemen, as Jalen Hurts is going to Doug Peterson and that Philadelphia offense, and there are a million ways this can go. Jalen Hurts has barely been two completely different quarterbacks. As a freshman, he was the SEC Freshman of the Year at Alabama in 2016, although they lost in that national championship game to Deshaun Watson and Clemson. 2017, he was benched at halftime of the college football national championship game, and then Tua Tagovailoa came on and led Alabama to an overtime win over Georgia, and then he backed up and led Bama to the SEC title after replacing an injured Tua Tagovailoa.
I must be, either y'all lying to me, I'm lying to myself. Something got to be happening. The Eagles did not just pick up Jalen Hurts.
He had 20 rushing.
I gotta get off.
Well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back on for number 69. That's gonna be kind of soon, actually. Will I? Yeah. I'll be back on for 69. I'll come back on a pick or two before.
Carson Wentz, but
I'll give my reaction and I'll shoot the videos after that. But bro,
he just finds ways to win. And
what is happening?
When I look at a guy in the NFL,
the Jags pick up Nick.
He reminds me of a guy like
the Jags pick up Nick Foles for a year, dump him back off to the Bears, and now the Eagles pick up Jalen Hurts in the second round.
As he buys time out of the pocket. I'm fascinated by this pick and how they're going to use him, DJ. Do they put in a package
Melly,
for
it's
him
sad,
so
bro.
they can get Carson
It's sad,
Wentz
yeah,
off the
bro.
field?
Yeah,
Maybe a
bro.
run
Yeah,
package
bro.
for him,
Yeah,
but
bro.
it's gonna be fascinating to see.
Two
how
bad
they use
rounds
these
in
two
a
guys,
row.
DJ.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, you got a very creative play caller.
I don't know. I didn't want Jalen Hurts myself, but this could be something.
But we've seen with Carson Wentz.
I don't.
know
Hey, bro, I gotta get off. Yeah, I'm gonna be back on for number 69 pick, bro. So if y'all here right now, thanks for coming through. I'm gonna get back on like maybe 30 minutes or so. Then it's gonna be a short stream. It's gonna be a really short stream. I'm gonna give my reaction. Then I'm gonna shoot a video for it. But damn, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy to me. This is EDP better go dummy, bro. I don't even watch EDP like that, but I know for a fact he gonna go dummy on this one. I gotta leave, bro. I cannot be here right now. It is not in my best interest of my mental health to be here. Thanks for coming to the stream, y'all. I've been streaming for what, 3 hours? That is way too long. But I'm gonna come back on later on for a very short stream. Get these videos out there. See y'all in a bit, man. Thanks for coming through. Check y'all out a little bit later. All right, y'all.